What's up, people? Welcome back to another episode of the American Entourage. I am, I wouldn't really say your host. I'm like one of the dudes, and my name is Ryan Stuman, and this is just a show about really bullshit. That's really all we're doing here is bullshitting. We run businesses. The people that are on here run businesses. They're successful Americans. That's what we do, but we don't necessarily talk about business and all the other stuff that I've been known for. It's really just a show about nothing. It's like an internet Seinfeld, except for with better looking people, mind you. And so here's the thing, before we get into the show, I wanted to give you an opportunity to take me up on an offer. We got to pay bills somehow, so allow me to force my sales pitch on your virgin ears here. So I own a company called YourFreeAlarm.com, and you can go to YourFreeAlarm.com and opt in, and we will be more than happy to give you a free alarm. What happens is we'll install the box, that thing up on the wall in your house. We'll wire all your windows, your doors. Hell, we'll even wire your kids up if you want. The great thing about an alarm system, especially if you have teenagers, if they open a window or a door, that it makes that beep in the middle of the night, and you'd be like, "Get back in bed, you little bastard!" Right? So it's just like it's all around winning thing if you're a parent like me. Also, if you have toddlers, those little sneaky bastards tend to sneak out of the house when you don't want them to, so that alarm will let you know that something's been opened as well. That's a big plus. We'll give you the alarm for free, and then we also offer camera equipment, surveillance, monitoring, and all these other things that you can do to make sure that your home is safe as well. Some of the things we're going to talk about today will pertain to this, but we live in the safest time to be alive. However, when something happens, it's generally catastrophic. People are consistently trying to outdo themselves in the criminal world. We have evidence with the Las Vegas shooting that just happened and everything else. And so, it's important that know that you're safe, first of all. But second of all, it's important to take the precautions. It's like, for years, seatbelts were just suggested, right? Like, it was just like, hey, they put seatbelts in the car. If you want to wear one, it's fucking cool. If you don't want to wear one, it doesn't matter anyway. And even until recently, seatbelts were like suggestive in the back seats of vehicles. But we know having a seatbelt on a person makes them many times safer than not wearing a seatbelt in the event of an accident. And we know that accidents don't occur that often, just like home invasions don't occur that often, but you'd rather have a seatbelt on in the event of an accident. You'd rather be prepared and have an alarm in the event of a home invasion. And I'm going to offer you that opportunity absolutely for free just by going to yourfreealarm.com, entering your information. If somebody sent you, put their name in there. If you've first time you've ever heard about it and you want to take us up on the offer from just seeing this, just type my name, Ryan Stuman, and the person that referred you, so that I know that you'll have come from this show, and allow me, my company, my employees, and the contractors that we use to keep you and your family safe in this time of uncertainty. So that's it for my sales pitch today. We have our guest, Ryan Nichols. What's up, dog?
What's going on, man? How many times have you said that pitch before?
Never. That's a new one, but I like that.
Yeah, that was really good right there. I thought you've done it like
Scary
1,000 times.
Preparation. Hey, if you can't make fun of yourself, who can you make fun of, right? It's like, but I believe this is true too. I have a monitoring system in my house. And because of it, and you've taken up to it.
Yeah, I got through my free alarm.
Yep, and because of that, just a couple of days ago, I was in Vegas, and Amy heard some noise in the background that set the alarm stuff off, man, within a matter of minutes. The alarm company's one thing, but I got the old ghetto alarm, right? It's like I call a couple of the neighbors that live a couple houses. Josh Davis lives like 2 streets over from me. Yep. And I'm like, hey, man, I know it's the middle of the night. You up? Yep, I'm up. I'm heading my way right now. I got my gun. Like, good. The Haas lives, a quarter of a mile up the road. I call both of them. Like, get over there. If anybody's in the backyard, don't ask questions. Just shoot them.
I was wondering who the 2 people you were talking about were.
Well, that, and I saw it on Facebook, and I almost just went over there with my gun just to make sure everything was going okay.
Yeah, well, there's actually a lot of people that live pretty close to me.
Right.
And they're like, does Amy not have a gun? I'm like, she doesn't really know, like, that's not really her thing. I don't know if she's ever shot one or not. You know what I mean? So
it's a precarious situation.
Yeah,
but I think you would be able to get away with that, man. One of the main reasons if I were to get married would be so she could have a gun, because I can't have a gun because I'm an ex-felon, ex-con. So.
Right. That, man,
By the way,
I don't even think about
Patrick Grabs, not Ryan
Well,
Nichols.
no, it's all good, man. But that, I can't. How is that? Like, not having a gun? Like, does that
sucks?
It's fucking the worst part about being a felon. It's the only bad part. There's no downside to being a felon when it comes to our lifestyle, other than that. Right. Like that's the only downside, is that they've disarmed us. Not because we're trying to shoot cops or that we want to go fucking gangbang and sell drugs. It's like, man, we're successful people now, and you know, we've had to come up with alternative ways to kill people in the event that we need to. Motherfuckers are still dying, whether I shoot them with a bullet
just makes you
or
more
whether I get a
savage,
hold of them with the fucking escape plan that I've got. I guarantee you they'd rather get shot by me, right?
Yeah.
That would be a much more peaceful fucking way to
Shoot
go.
me, I can't, I'm a felon.
If you broke into the house, you'd be like, damn it, don't you own a gun? Fuck, why you gotta do all this to me?
That would be right there.
Exactly, man.
you're
This is some
fucked.
Home Alone type shit. That motherfucker was sick and twisted, wasn't he?
Yeah, he
That
was,
little,
man.
like, nobody really thought about, like, Macaulay Culkin grew up and was weird as fuck, and everybody's like, how? Like, at 12, he was concocting death traps for motherfuckers. Like,
did
out
it
of
like
nowhere.
3 times.
Y'all didn't
Like-
think he was gonna grow up weird? That motherfucker had serial killer written all over him. Anyway. Patrick Graves, what's up, man?
Man, just got bugging out. I always think about that though. I always think about not
Macaulay
having.
Culkin?
Well, that's a good analogy though. That's what we have to have tasers. And,
Yep. Yep.
And
shit that make a motherfucker wish that they, like, you know, I guarantee if you say, hey, you want us to waterboard you or do you want us to shoot you? It's like, just shoot me,
shoot
motherfucker. Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to fuck waterboarding. If that's what your ass gonna get, you come around my motherfucking neighborhood, you get tied up, fucking waterboarded for
Macaulay
hours.
Culkin,
I'm not
he's
calling
still-
the cops.
Hours and hours.
I'm
Isn't
not
he
calling
still
the
worth
cops.
some
When
money?
I'm done, if you're still alive, I'm just gonna send you home with a lesson to learn. You have to take the walk of shame through
Just
my neighborhood.
going home, head down and everything. I almost died. Wish I would have, but I didn't. Now I got to film a lesson.
Shit, feel violated.
How old is that guy, Macaulay Culkin?
He's like our age.
I think he's
I'd
still
say
worth
our
a
age.
couple
I'm the
million
oldest
too.
person there. He's like my age. But like, you know, obviously that's a character, so I'm just being funny in the movie. But if you think about it, like a little kid that could concoct all that shit to do that to those people without going to the cops or whatever, that's a sadistic little fucker,
he's
man.
got-
Like
yeah,
that's
he-
future serial killer.
Yeah,
he has issues.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got. I got issues too. That's why I'm like, man, if you break in my house, you're in trouble, right?
Yeah.
It's the same
Yeah, I
shit.
used to think the same
he just
way.
had it at an early age.
they put it into him too, and it's like,
Fucking
what do you
Merv.
think? Well, what do you think about what is that guy, Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah.
That's on our list of first things to
That's-
talk about.
I mean, damn, that it's coming out that like maybe they're doing stuff to these children and stuff in Hollywood.
Maybe hell.
I mean, they are, you know, and I mean, who was it? Terry Crews came out and said something about it as well. He admitted last night, I was, you know, molested or something like that by a higher executive, and he talked about it. He's like, why do you people think you are the way you are? That's why I had PTSD about these situations happening. So, I mean, that's cool that we're going to talk about that. Terry Crews,
Yeah, you know him, big old dude,
Yeah,
big
I
old
saw
swole
that.
Old Spice fella.
Old Spice guy. He said,
So here's what I think about Harvey Weinstein, and I've been saying this for forever. And I don't know the guy, obviously. I never met him. I don't pay attention to his shit. The only time I'd ever seen the dude before was in Entourage, and because you remember when, like, you ever watch Entourage?
I haven't.
You?
I watched
God
the first
damn
couple
it.
of seasons, brother.
So Weinstein is in there. Like Entourage was a show where people wanted to be on. Like it was the cool show to be on. So like you're somebody cool. You're like, hey man, let me be a guest on Entourage. Right?
Oh, the
They
guest
didn't-
show Entourage?
No. The TV show on HBO, but there was always
Okay, no,
guests
I've
on
never
there.
seen
No,
that
there was
one.
always guests on there. It was like cameos and shit. And Harvey Weinstein was in there on like season 3 and 4 or 5 different parts where they were trying to shop movies with him, and they were always saying how big of a fucking dickhead he was, right? And that show is based loosely on reality, you know, and so it just kind of, you know, thinks. And there's a scene from 30 Rock too where Jenna says, you know, I've already passed 3 sexual advances from Harvey Weinstein. I'm not scared of anything. Like they fucking
Oh,
knew.
really?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like they make jokes and shit like that. But here's what's fucking up. Okay, here's what's up. Hollywood used to, I don't think it's full of beautiful people anymore. Like I don't see somebody in Hollywood and go, damn man, I want to fuck that chick, right? I don't. Like, and I don't even see, and I'm obviously heterosexual, but I don't even see dudes where I'm like, man, I wish I fucking looked like that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like Thor looks so good, he's unbelievably, like whatever his name, Liam Neeson or whatever his fucking, he's too good looking. He looks like somebody photoshopped a fucking Ken doll with some kind of fucking, but like, back when we were growing up, there was like guys like Jean-Claude Van Damme, right? You're like, dude, I wish I fucking looked like Jean-Claude, right? There was Brad Pitt. It's like, fuck, dude, I wish I like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. Like, I wish I looked like that motherfucker, you know?
Yeah.
Or Brad Pitt in Snatch. Like, there were these people. Now there's really nobody that you're really digging, you know what I'm saying? But back in the day, there was all these beautiful people. Okay, so like, here, I got this, I'm just gonna break all this shit down and get weird on you.
Bring it on,
Okay.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So, back in the day, technology wasn't as advanced as it is right now, and so they had to actually have beautiful people come to Hollywood. Okay, well the problem is most beautiful people have been stroked all their lives, so they're fucking stupid. Okay? There's a movie by Ashton Kutcher called Spread. You should watch it. It's a really good movie about people that come out to LA to become actors and then what they end up doing when they ultimately don't become an actor, right? It's a fucking great story. And so these beautiful people go to Hollywood and there's no shortage of them. They're everywhere. And they need a job because they left fucking Michigan or Iowa or wherever the fuck to go to Hollywood. The problem is most people that are good looking are fucking stupid. Right? Because they've been fucking like, if you're a hot chick, right? You like, the dudes aren't going to tell you that you're fucking stupid. They're going to tell you you're smart because they don't want to tell you you got big tits because that's how you get judged, right? Like, you know, a lot of chicks think they're smart that aren't, and that's just like guys have been telling you you're smart. What they really meant was you have nice tits, right? They just didn't have the fucking balls to say it. All along, that's all they meant.
There's a breaking news to anybody listening.
Smart was code word for fucking you have nice tits.
True, though.
Maybe a nice ass.
This is like a red pill for somebody.
Yeah,
now they
ladies,
know.
right? And so, but what happens? Same thing for dudes. though. It's like if a dude can throw a football, right? We see quarterbacks and shit in the NFL, running backs in the NFL that are dumb as a brick, and like, bitch, you have a fucking PhD for playing for Alabama for 4 years. What the fuck do you? How are you this stupid, right? But it's because they've been stroked all their fucking life, right? So these people, they come to Hollywood and they're stupid, but they're good looking. Well, what happens is you have all these executives that, much like most people that have money in this world, they're fucking fat and ugly, right? Like most people that have money, they're a lot of money, they're operating from a sphere of greed, right? And that's one of the symptoms of a greedy fucking personality is fat, right? If you're a fat fuck, you're obviously so greedy for yourself, right, that you can't stop. You don't know when to say there's enough.
Is Warren Buffett fat? He's pretty fucking fat, I think, right? Warren Buffett?
He's got fucking big ass gut, but Warren Buffett drinks 3 Dr. Peppers a day. Or cherry Cokes a day. That's what it is. 3 cherry Cokes a day. Each one of those has about 500 calories in it just in itself. So if he's drinking 3 Cokes a day, he's already packing on a natural, like, that's a lot of fucking.
Jesus Christ.
I'm surprised he's still alive.
Well, you look at
and that's the sugar shit that they make.
Jeff
How old
Bezos
is he?
is like
He's
fucking
old as hell too, isn't he?
But if you look at like guys like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, they went from like fucking bald nerds to like fucking look like dudes from Breaking Bad.
Did you see that picture?
They're on that HGH, man. They're on that HGH.
That's got to be what it is. I was telling Juan, it's like it's got to be HGH.
That's a different era though, because you know Warren Buffett, he's probably not into like superfoods and supplements.
84. Yeah, he's 84.
Because that picture of him in '99, Elon Musk, completely different than what he looks like today, with the one PayPal computer on the screen.
Well, so the difference in '99, I know we got a little off track, but the difference in '99 was he was launching companies and struggling, man. He was losing his hair because he's fucking trying to run all these. Now he's got his shit together and he's got enough money to where if one of them fails, fuck it, it's going to be all right. So he gets focused on himself, you know. Actually, read his biography and he talks about that.
So these good-looking dumb motherfuckers, man.
So back to Weinstein. So there's these good-looking dumb motherfuckers, and much like most of the world. Like if you go to these conferences that I go to and you meet these people that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars and all this shit, they're usually not good looking people, right? Like they're usually the people that I know in Hollywood, they show the rich dude, he looks like Matthew McConaughey and he's driving a Ferrari. That's not what usually happens. I was just at the car show. Did you see any good looking dudes driving nice exotic cars besides me?
No.
All right, good answer.
Elgin's got a good smile.
Elgin's a good looking dude. Yeah, Elgin's a very good looking guy.
Skin's pretty good. Skin's
and but the majority, like the guy that drove the LaFerrari, he was just an older cat, right? Like
definitely,
he was just an older cat, you know. And most of the dudes that were lined up on the exotic rows were just like older cats, you know what I mean? Because you got to be older to afford that shit anyway. But if you go and you look at Bill Gates, he's not a good-looking dude. Warren Buffett, he's not a good-looking dude, right? They're kind of nerdy kind of guys. We know Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos look cool now, but when they were fucking coming up, they didn't, you know?
Not 99,
And so,
now they can, though.
Yeah, exactly. Now they get on the HGH to get some hair plugs, right? You got some money and shit like that. It works. But those are the type of people. So those are the type of people that run Hollywood, too. Fat-ass Harvey Weinstein. You got fucking all these people that... And I don't want to name a bunch of other ones because I don't give a shit, but there's a bunch of people in that fucking realm that are not good looking, that are not attractive, that are just fucking evil motherfuckers, right? And they ain't gonna get laid. Nobody's trying to fucking knock down Harvey Weinstein's door going, I'm trying to give him some pussy, right? But what they do is they say, I'm trying to get me a job, right? And if I could get some pussy to Harvey Weinstein in order to get a job, I'm gonna be $1 million, this $1 million pussy. She got that $1 million.
And so that's probably how it went down. That's exactly how it went down.
For decades, right? Yeah. So what was the dudes, they called it the Lolita Express that fucking Clinton was always with, man. What was that guy's name? Look, Google it. That's your job, damn it. He didn't even have the fucking laptop open, man.
Damn, Pat.
The Lolita Express, Jerry
Hey,
something.
this is a fucking Joe Rogan experience over here, motherfuckers.
It's Jerry something, man. So this guy, right, he's a hedge fund manager, right? Like just an ugly dude, whatever, managing billions
What's
of
his
dollars.
name?
It's just the Lolita Express.
Lolita. I thought that was
Jerry something. And Jerry Sandusky, I think, right?
Oh.
Jerry Sandusky was on there. I
Yeah.
know he's on it, but I think it was an
Yeah.
actor or something.
No, he owned the jet. He was the manager. I think it is Jerry Sandusky. We about to find out. So anyway, so he would like fly all these bitches and like he would have them come over to his house. They were all trying to get jobs and he would fuck all of them, right? And then what happened was it was cool. Like the Clintons used to go over there and hang out with him and fuck all these people. Like there's pictures of Hillary Clinton hanging out with Harvey Weinstein. He was one of her biggest campaign donors. So like
Of course.
everybody knew that Bill Cosby was raping motherfuckers, right? But nobody saying that. Like this motherfucker raped more people than there are days in the month. And nobody fucking knew. Get the fuck out of here. Everybody's like, look, Cosby gonna rape your ass if you go over there. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. You like, I got some $1 million pussy. I'm about to get this job.
Raping Bill.
Raping Bill, right? Jerry
Hey, man.
Sandusky, right?
Epstein's.
Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. That's it. Jeffrey Epstein.
Who's the Sandusky? That's the child molester.
That's the child
isn't it?
molester. Well,
Yeah.
this dude is too. So what's his name again? Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein.
So he
What's
was
his
a
name?
hedge fund manager, and he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he would have all these teenage girls, and he would fly them around in the airplane because
It's all
that's like
connected.
international waters type of shit. And
Hey,
they would
this
fuck
is-
all these underage
so
chicks
thi-
in the airplane. And there's Clinton's been on there. Yeah, he's freaking
This
out
is
right
some
now.
big shit, man.
Yeah.
Because if they caught this Harvey
all
Weinstein
gonna
doing
crumble.
this shit, and he's connected to Bill Clinton, and
This
I mean,
dude's
they're
connected
hanging
to
out,
Clinton too. They're
yeah,
all
man.
connected. They're fucking sexual deviants and shit. But here's the thing. Like if you got money,
Man.
and me and Goggins talked about this. He's like, one thing I don't want you to do is now that you're getting all this like power and you're getting this money, is like conversations we're not gonna have is like, hey man, I got all these bitches trying to fuck me and shit like that. I'm like, I'm not like that. I'm married and I'm just not that kind of guy anyway. Josh Van Curo one time, he's like, hey man, when you were single, was you like fucking, getting blowjobs and Maserati and fucking 3 or 4 chicks at once? I was like, no man, I was getting fucking money. That's why I had money, because I wasn't doing that dumb shit. I watch a lot of my friends get money and then do the dumb shit that force of average gets them. You know what I'm saying? Not me. Not today. And so, but a lot of those guys can't control it. They didn't get fucking laid in high school and nobody really fucking likes them. And they know the only reason you want to suck their dicks because of fucking job. They know you ain't got no emotional connection, which is really the bias. And what sex is based on is that connection. And so this motherfucker's like, all right, fuck it, y'all don't love me, I'm just fuck y'all. Imagine if you had to come into work every day and we didn't like you.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
wouldn't
you
wanna do
just be
that.
like, fuck these motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
And then part of it, and if we had a bunch of hot chicks here and you just happened to be single and could fuck all of them, you probably would. You're like, fuck working here, fuck these people, but I'm gonna go fuck her this afternoon.
Hey man, a point on that. You were talking about dumb motherfuckers in general, and over time, I read something, I think today or earlier today, or it was last night, about how marriage really helps the problem of like, well, it doesn't have a problem, but marriage helps promote intelligence.
I would agree.
Because average of like if you're just going around, if a guy's going around putting his seed out to multiple women like out there,
Thoughts?
bringing all these different kids in the world, then like it averages out to be a dumber population because he's one guy going out there putting his dumb ass and everything. You know what I mean? Well, but if he's married, if there's a guy that's married, has kids, and then it averages out, and then has kids again, and the IQ points stay or they grow.
That, and you're not wandering the earth looking for answers. Like you got somebody right there that you can find the answers out with, and that's how I feel. I couldn't have done all the shit that I'm doing now, especially managing 3 companies and working here. Like I couldn't do that without my wife because she has to keep me in line, to do that. So like it's one of those things where it works. It's that balance right there.
I can see that too, because marriage keep you smart, because I'm quick to call Amy a dumbass if she does something dumb. Whereas if you're not married to somebody, they're probably not going to say that. Amy's quick to tell me I'm fucking stupid if I do something stupid, whereas if you're not married, nobody's going to necessarily say that.
And if you're always, like you said a few minutes ago, if you're always chasing that, chasing the skirt, you're just going to tell them what they want to hear,
Chasing
not the
girls will make
truth.
you dumb anyway. We
will.
know that. Like chasing girls will make you dumb, right?
Well, you're only going to tell each other what you want to hear. So you never get the truth. You just get a lie straight to your face.
Yeah,
So
they lure you in with the lie of luxury. The luxury is only for them. It is never for us hunters. So back to Weinstein here. So I got this conspiracy theory. So I'm talking about the good-looking people. See, Weinstein's old school. And so like the good-looking people come, they're dumb, they don't know how to trap people, they don't know how to record people, and probably the people that did trap and record people are just dead. Because not until recently do we have like, you know, you just put your fucking phone in your pocket and you go in there and he's like, hey, let me get some of that pussy. And the next thing you know, you got digital tape of the president saying, grab him by the pussy.
Right.
True.
You know? And now we've raised up, so let's say in the 70s, your ass might get murdered. In the 80s, you might get beat up. In the 90s, you might get jumped. In the 2000s, like let's say you might get a hug. And right now, you're going to get told on. And so these girls that he's probably trying to fuck, these like ugly ass little, like I saw this picture of Christy Teigen. It's crazy what they do with makeup. It's crazy what they do. They make, like she got these big old fat cheeks and then they draw contour shit on there and make it look like her fucking face is like smooth and round, but she fucking round head like a basketball. But it's crazy how they only put lipstick to like right here on her and make it look like her lips are full and shit, and then they fucking color the rest of it like her. Dude, it's fucking like,
because I see all these
it's
different
like
people
some
on
shit
Instagram.
from Thriller. You're like, dude, if you took her home and you fucked her and she washed her face in your sink and woke up next to you the next morning, you'd probably punch her thinking she broke in.
Her name is
Doesn't even look like
Christy
the same.
Teigen?
Yeah, and look at the fucking Kardashians, man. If you
I
look
mean,
at them
Christy
10
Teigen, no
years
makeup.
ago, if you look at them 10 years ago before they learned
Completely
makeup
different.
and shit like that, dude, they be pointing their eyes out, they be using less lipstick, and dude, it's fucking crazy the tricks they can use. So the reason why I share that, it's not, I'm just giving you one example because I saw the makeup tutorial with her, and she's like a different fucking person. And so the reason why, and she's somebody in Hollywood right now. Well, two things, these millennials, they're not scared to tell on people. So it's like, oh, it's social justice warrior mode enacted, right? And they start telling on motherfuckers. And guess what, though? It's just like Bill Cosby. The first one comes out, and they're like, you know what? Fuck it, cat's out of the bag. He fucked me too. And then the next one gets empowered, and so on and so forth. It turns out you've had a fucking dude that's been running, like, he's been running people's imagination. This Harvey Weinstein guy has created some of the biggest fucking films in history. He's had the attention of almost every single person born in this fucking country for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, he's been raping and robbing. And isn't it funny how, like, you know,
Don't
at
even
first,
know it.
isn't it funny how they keep promoting the wrong motherfuckers, right? Like Bill Cosby, right? He was like fucking, like Dave Chappelle said, he was this motherfucking hero and shit. Now we come to find out this motherfucker raped more people than Ted Bundy. You know, Harvey Weinstein, he was a guy that plenty of kids probably looked up to be a film director and a fucking movie maker, and come to turn out this motherfucker, Jeffrey Epstein, somebody that's fucking running hedge funds, living the American dream like Mitt Romney. Turns out he's a fuck. But these are the people that we lift up and see in fucking society, and they're complete fucking deviants. You know, complete fucking deviants. So nowadays, they don't even have to be good looking to go into Hollywood, right? And so fucking, you know, they go in and they put this fucking makeup and shit like that on them. And probably somebody like Harvey fucking tell them straight up, it's like, you know what, you fucking give good blowjobs, but you're really not that pretty, I'm sorry. And then they fucking go into social justice warrior mode. And I'm not, if there's a woman doing this to men, that would be the same thing. I'm not discrediting like rape or whatever, but I am saying this. Bitches going to Harvey Weinstein's house, knew they was fucking. You go to Harvey Weinstein's house, you know you fucking. Like, I'm not even in that clique in Hollywood, and I fucking know that if Harvey Weinstein calls me to his house, he's gonna want me to suck some fucking dick, right? Which is the other thing that they do. They take straight guys like me and you, and they're like, hey, you want $1 million, you have to suck my dick, and then they fucking hold that over your head. So when they need you to fucking say something against the president, they're like, if you don't say something against President Trump, I'm gonna talk about that time you sucked my fucking dick.
Well, it's like the
that
Terry
shit
Crews.
happens every fucking day.
It's like the Terry Crews thing you were just talking about, man. You know,
That's
like,
probably why.
Yeah, explain that. Explain
Well,
that.
he-
So that was
yeah,
off
go
camera.
ahead.
That was
yeah.
off camera.
So Terry Crews came out and said, yeah, this dude's crazy. He came up to me at a dinner I was at once. He grabbed me by the dick in front of my wife, and then he walked off, and I was going to beat his ass, but I looked at him.
How bold are you to grab
Bold.
Terry Cruz's cock? Like,
Grab
that's what I'm
that
saying.
dude.
They know. They fucking know.
240-pound.
Fucking Terry
rock
Crews,
solid.
yeah.
He could have killed him.
Could have killed him. He said, I looked at it, I was thinking to myself, I was about to do it. You know, I was about to beat his ass, but then I realized what was going on here. You know, he's high level, and I had to just suck that up and take that one. And he had a smile on his face like he knew that. Like he couldn't do anything.
He's like, hey,
to
if
him.
you want to work in this town, boy, you sucking dick. That's what I'm fucking telling you, man.
Who are the
You
real-
can
who are the
assume-
real racists
hey,
around
You
here,
can
yeah.
assume now. If you are gay, there's nothing wrong with sucking dick, right? That's what you do. You gay, you fucking love dick. But if you're a heterosexual and you suck dick, that's fucking demeaning, right? That's probably the most demeaning. That or ass fucking be the most demeaning thing you could do to a heterosexual male on this fucking planet. And so they know that. And so they know that if you're willing to degrade yourself to fucking get on film, they own your ass. You
So
know?
that's a test right
That's
there.
a fucking test, just like prison. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking test.
And it's a test that they know they're 100% on. I can just
Yeah.
walk up to this dude and
assume
fear.
that every man you see on camera has sucked a dick at one point or another. Probably Harvey Weinstein.
Tickets.
You know, that's a fucking bold claim, but man, like there was a story that circled around, and it was these. It was a rapper, and I can't remember who it was telling the story. He's one of the members of NWA, and he says in the '90s he got invited to this like Hollywood producer's house up in the hills. He's like, "This is the fucking coolest mansion you'd ever seen." And, you know, they're like young black dudes from the fucking hood, and they're like the first rappers to make it. And it was like, you know, Cube and Dre and fucking Snoop and like Easy.
Yeah.
He's dead now. This was like MC Ren or somebody like this that wrote this story, right? It wasn't him, but I'm just saying it was like one of these guys like that. And so he goes up there and he's like, it's the 12 top rappers, Pac and fucking Biggie, and they're all fucking gathered at this Hollywood producer's house, and could even have been Weinstein. And they were saying that they were going to use movies and music to boost their stock in CCA. Now, do you know what CCA is? It's Community Corrections of America. And so, Corrections Corporation of America, which is a privatized prison system that you can go buy stock on E-Trade right now. Okay, look up the stock price of CCA.
What?
And so it's a publicly traded, they're fucking modern day slavers, right? And so what they did was they invited these rappers, and they said, we want you to promote crack and gang violence and all this other stuff. $25 a share.
You're
see?
probably buying in early. If you were getting in early, and knew
Exactly.
about that, though.
And so these companies were going to IPO, and the way to fucking fill prisons was for the rappers to fucking talk about fuck the police and crack and all this other shit, right? To like fucking make it seem cool, which they've done a good job, right? You still watch the shit today. They make selling drugs seem cool. I ain't never met a cool drug dealer in my life, right? Like I'd have met some cool people that do drugs, but I'll never go to the rich neighborhood looking for fucking drugs, right? I go to the rich neighborhood and they already got the drugs from somebody in the poor neighborhood. And so they've made it all cool so that they can arrest people, not just the black community, but predominantly the black community, but be able to arrest people and fill up, because all of a sudden if they're promoting fucking crack and how cool it is and this like trap lifestyle and how
So you're
awesome
saying these rappers had stocks in this
the
stuff?
rappers were given stocks. Well, this cat said that he didn't want to be a fucking part of it. So he's like, I don't suck dick. You know what I'm saying? Like the equivalent of I don't suck dick. No, thank you. You know, I'm out of here. And he's the only one of those dudes that don't have a fucking career. Like the rest of them became like, you know, fuck.
Which one said they weren't gonna do it?
I don't remember the guy's name, because he was somebody who was like in that first NWA album or whatever it was back then, and then he just like,
That's why you
because
don't
you think
remember
about
his
it, what happened to the DOC? He had a fucking badass hit. What happened to that guy? So it was somebody like that, and I just can't remember because I read the article years ago. So it's somebody who was like the rest of them. Cube, he's in fucking Disney movies. Ice Cube's in fucking Disney movies. But you think about it, Friday, right? Shit, Friday's half the reason I started smoking weed. I'm like, oh, dude, that looks so fun, right?
Yeah.
You think about it, because that's about our generation. You know, I fucking for sure sold drugs because I listen to rap music, right? Fucking, this sounds lucrative, you know?
It does sound
And
lucrative.
it does sound lucrative. It is
It
not.
sound lucrative.
It is not.
Very, very, very bad business model.
It's a very terrible business model. It's like one of the only business models where if you even slightly screw up, the government seizes everything you own. I could fuck all this up right now, and I can still drive home in my McLaren, right? Like in the rap or the drug game, that's not the case.
They take the McLaren. If there ever was a McLaren.
If there ever was a McLaren, yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, which there probably is not in the first place.
There was a Mitsubishi.
Yeah, there was a
Oh yeah, nothing like a McLaren. See, I don't. Man, that's crazy, like, because it's two different mindsets. Because I didn't even understand what you said until then, but probably saying like, hey, you wouldn't have some shit like that as a drug dealer, right? Because you couldn't flaunt that shit. You just have to.
No, you couldn't flaunt it. You just don't fucking make that kind of money, dude. $1 billion fucking drug dealer shit. That's some Hollywood shit, man. I've been in fucking prison. I know who's fucking in there. I met people that got caught with 10, 15 tons of coke. They still wasn't living in the neighborhood I live in right now. You know, and the people that do some shit like that, it's always some short-lived shit. Just like in the business world, motherfucker blow up, and they make millions of dollars, they go build this big-ass house, and they gotta fucking sell it because shit ain't right. You know what I mean? It's the same thing in the drug world. You get too big and popular, so they gotta stay in the hood and stay low-key, and they usually... That's
not a fun life.
It ain't, and you think about it, and you doing hood shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not, what doesn't matter what your race is, right? Because there's the Mexican hood, there's the black hood, there's a fucking trailer park for white people, you know what I'm saying, right? Like, so there's a hood no matter where the fuck you're at. And there's the drug dealers always in the hood. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, nobody goes fucking searching for drugs at your house or my house, you know? I'm not saying there's nobody in my neighborhood selling drugs, but you you ain't rolling through there knocking on doors, whereas I can roll through South Dallas and knock on doors 2 or 3 doors later. Oh yeah, man. Oh, E-Money up the street here. You know?
Well, I mean, the bad case scenario for you is you lose everything here and you got to start a new business. You know, for that, like, damn, you're going to prison. You know, or worse, you could die.
Yep.
So I mean, it's just 2 different aspects.
So nowadays, okay, to finish my theory, to go like all the way back.
Yeah, I want to know what
We're
this
back
is.
around.
So nowadays, they don't have to be pretty, but they're almost all, mark my words, ladies and gentlemen, they're almost all connected to a politician.
I could agree with that.
So
That
almost
makes sense.
everybody in
I can see that
Hollywood now, but they're smart enough to know that if you're John McCain's son, you can't be a fucking actor because obviously that's too damn obvious. If George Bush and John McCain and Obama's daughter and fucking all these people, their kids were like the acting generations. But if you're his fucking second cousin with a different last name because you're married to his fucking wife's sister or some shit like that, then he can get you a job there. But look, man, you have to say fucked up shit about whoever we tell you to say fucked up shit about. And when we shit on somebody, you got to shit on them too, right? You got to suck this dick.
I wonder if that's what's going on
You
with
got to
that.
suck this dick.
Who's that TV
You got to
show?
suck this political
What's
cock.
his name?
It's like we're related, so this is all like, you know, this is
You think that's
metaphorical.
the same way about Jimmy Kimmel?
Dude,
Hey,
for
no, that
sure,
dude's a
Jimmy Kimmel.
fucking
That
main
motherfucker's
one.
for sure sucked dick from fucking behind. That motherfucker sucked the dick from the goat position.
You know what's fucked me up? I thought about this.
Goat.
This guy was on the Man. This guy was the host of the
He
Man
was the host
Show.
of the fucking Man Show, and now he's like a woman's rights activist.
He's the most beta
fucking pussy.
fucking cuckold dude that I've ever seen.
He's like,
Because I've seen like
I
a
used to
180
like
of this
him,
guy.
man. He's like, I used to fucking like that guy when he was on the Man
he's
Show.
on the Man Show. You had the
And now
what
this
is the
motherfucker-
fucking trampoline.
Yeah.
Trampoline,
He's like, when he talks about Trump's like, Trump's grabbing by the pussy, like, dude, you used to have bitches jumping on trampolines. That was the
Trampoline.
name of
Now
the
you're
segment,
over here.
bitches on trampolines.
You talking about Jimmy
Fuck, shit don't
Kimmel,
fly.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, who is this guy now? Like, he's completely like 1A, but I guess he's being told.
He's
to-
fucking, he
zombie,
sucked that
man.
dick, Jimmy Kimmel. That's what
Basically,
he's
yeah.
doing.
He's on that dick.
Yeah.
He's on a large dose of it.
Yeah. A large,
A
dose
large
of it,
dose.
right.
Large
An
dose.
Feel that
overdose.
Terry Crews size. and so now they've got their associates, because here's the thing, like, you remember Rahm Emanuel, he was Obama's Secretary of State.
Yeah,
right?
that's Ari Gold's brother.
And that's Ari Gold's brother. His real name's Ari Emanuel, and he's like the leader of fucking Hollywood. And Rahm Emanuel left the president's office to go and be the mayor of Chicago, right? And so and the reason why I tell you that story is there's dudes like Rahm Emanuel all over the country that we don't know. They're the mayor of Houston, the mayor of fucking Cincinnati, the mayor of fucking this major metropolitan area that we don't know their fucking names or what they look like. If we see them on the streets, they got little cousins and shit like that in Hollywood making fucking movies, pushing their agenda. And man, it's like, I know that sounds like some Alex Jones InfoWars out of control. And
No,
up
it
next,
does
we're
not.
trying to sell these male enhancement supplements.
Nestle Pure Life.
Yeah.
I saw it, man. Everybody's talking about it, like Lionel. I don't know if he's still in Break for Academy Entourage or not, but he's one of those guys that things that he was saying 2 or 3 years ago that everybody was like, conspiracy theorist, and he was like,
Yeah.
well, it's not a conspiracy theory anymore if it's,
It's
true,
true,
right?
right, yeah.
You know, so he's like, where did the conspiracy theorists
Yeah,
go?
if it's
you know?
out there, it's all out there.
And so now things are starting to come out there. I blame social media. I mean, like, this is the
For
damnedest
sure,
thing I've
because
ever
it's
seen.
created people to say like now, like cops been killing people, not just black people. Cops been killing people for as long as we've been alive. It's just now we got it on fucking video. There's a song by Warrant. You remember Warrant, like, you know, Cherry Pie? It's called, you know, remember that band? She's my
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
cherry
yeah.
pie, right?
I know
And
the
so
name,
there's a song by them called Uncle Tom's Cabin, right? So it's an old ass song, but it's like a cool song, but it's about these cops who like killed these dudes and then they just drug them off in the fucking woods. And since you were the sheriff of the fucking town, you know, it's like nobody's missing. No, we never saw him come through here, sir. You know, it's like that, and that's what used to fucking
crazy.
happen, right? When now we find people got dash cams and fucking send GPS signals to fucking phones and shit that, you know, cops just really can't escape. So we're finding out more of it, man. But like, that's fucking,
You just can't
it's
get
always
away with
been that
nothing
way
nowadays. Like,
yeah, you can't get away with shit these days, and that's why guys like Weinstein get busted. It's like, here's the best advice that you will ever get in your entire life. Don't do anything in the dark that you wouldn't do in the light. And so what I mean by that is don't do anything, say anything, act a certain way behind closed doors that you wouldn't act in the stage in front of the entire person. I say it this way. Like, a lot of people say, don't say something on Facebook you wouldn't say in front of everybody. I'm like, don't do anything in life you wouldn't see. Like, my views, they're out in the fucking open. Anything that I've ever fucking said's on camera. I stand by it. I don't give a fuck. You judge me or whatever. You know, like, that's how I feel, because I don't hide. We don't leave here and you guys know another Ryan.
Right.
You know, it's like the Ryan you see on camera ain't the Ryan you get off camera. That's not the case. Like, I'm just fucking this guy. And so I live my life thinking that every second I'm being recorded. I treat my life like I'm in Vegas. And not because I want to be like fucking the Ryan Stewman reality show, but like one time I was really high. And I was laying on my driveway. I was high as fuck, man. It was one of those times where I hadn't got high for a couple of days because it was like a drought and I couldn't find any. And I finally found some, and you get that like that.
Oh yeah, and then
that
the
real
best.
hot. So I
haven't had to do that in a long time.
Yeah, me neither. I'm glad too.
When I used to get high, I used to live like, and when I lived in East Plano, I would lay on the driveway and look up at the stars. When I moved to the penthouse, I bought a telescope, right? But then I ended up using the telescope to peep in the other windows of the other buildings with it. It was actually way better than the stars, right? But so it's amazing what you can do 15 floors up in the air. But I was sitting there thinking, man, I look up the stars, I'm like, what if, right? Like, have you ever seen a star? Like, have you ever touched one?
Touched
you ever, like,
one.
fucking been there?
I've never
like, checked it
smelled
out?
one, seen one.
Do you know anybody who has?
No.
Nah, me neither, right? What if those are just, like, fucking cameras?
Bro,
And they're just, like, fucking watching us?
here it goes.
What if those are all set? And we know satellites have cameras. So what if those stars aren't stars at all? They're just fucking satellites that are fucking watching us, right? And now, obviously, I'm not no flat Earth person or whatever.
That's
but
on
what
some
I'm
flat
saying,
Earth right there.
But what I'm saying, but what if
You can see.
But what if we're just some computer simulated program here, right? What if we're living in some kind of
That's
computer
true.
simulated program? Then it would make sense that those are the sensors and the fucking cameras that allow us to fucking process this shit from a first person perspective in this virtual reality world,
Can I
right?
cut in real quick, because that's so, when I was out in Utah doing you know, that journey out there, we went outside.
I believe the term is high as giraffe pussy.
Yeah, basically. And man, like, and if that's you can't be the highest level right there, because we went like a level beyond that. But we went outside and I was looking at the stars as well, except this time I saw the stars different than I've ever seen them. And I saw different colors, different shapes, like different crazy things. And I looked up at the moon, and this moon looked like just a big stage light shining down on me. And I was like, what if we're just fucking like in this big stadium
That's it, man.
being watched?
Those are
you
the
know?
lights.
And so, and I know that Elon Musk has talked about, you know, like being like that, something like that being a possibility. So it's cool that you say that, because I mean, to a certain extent, I could see how it would be that we've just been told one thing all of our life, and so we're like, no, like I can't believe that because I've been told this, but you've just been told this by a man who said that this was true.
Yeah.
You know, so
Which we know the world's been filled with fake news since its inception, right? We like find out that, you know, what was it, the Rick and Morty episode, and he's like, they go to help the president, right? Remember, it's like this is Obama, the president. They go to help. Have you seen that episode?
The latest
and he's
one,
like
right?
the Kennedy cocaine chamber, right? Under
Yeah,
the
yeah.
White House, right? He's like the Lincoln Slave Memorial. They're like, what? He's like, yeah, he didn't free all of them, right? Like the reason why I say that is like there's this fucking history that we've been lied to. Even like Rick and Morty are poking fun at that, trying to red pill you on the cool, but there's this history that we've been lied with. Now, obviously, I have no fucking bearing. I was just high and I had that thought.
Right.
But I treat my life as if that's the case. Those are cameras watching me, because at no moment, like, I done been caught with my pants down. The cops kicked in my door, I wasn't even there, and they fucking busted me and put me in jail for some shit that I didn't even do. Right? Like, I've been in that situation. That what I went through would have never fucking happened
worst
in
case
today's
scenario,
day and age.
man. That's a worst case scenario right there.
And I've been through that. So I treat it as like, man, I don't do nothing behind scenes. I don't say nothing that I wouldn't fucking stream to fucking YouTube and leave it there. Like, I just don't fucking act that way. If I have some kind of impure thought, which I don't even have those, I don't believe, you know what I mean? But if I did, I just fucking keep it to myself. But man, I don't do anything behind the scenes. And I get fucking tempted all the time, right? Like, there's plenty, like, I could fucking cheat on my wife if I fucking wanted to. There's plenty of fucking opportunity every day. You know, I could cut fucking corners in here and steal from people and steal people's traffic and fucking cheat in people's Facebook ads and all the things that fucking other people do play in this game. I have fucking opportunity to do
What
all
you're
that
saying,
too,
though.
but it's not fucking right.
How you do one thing is how you do
All,
everything.
it,
all I
man.
know is that you, as I've lost a lot doing it the fucking other way, and you can never lose if you just stick going. If you stick going it the right way.
I know
Just doing it
people,
the right-
they say,
doing good business.
like, I grew up, and it's great you say that, because I completely, like, I watch people like you, and I watch people like Ryan. One of the things that I grew up was being told, like, don't do the dumb shit that I did. Like, learn from that. And I know a lot of people don't, and I actually do. Like, I don't want those same problems in my life. So, you know, I watch those things, and you say, hey, man, don't do it like this. You should do it like this. Well, obviously, if you're winning doing it like that, it fucking works, you know? And so that I feel like, you know, that's what, if people are watching this podcast, whether you know what they know, or whether you know what I know, whether you've been on my side of life or y'all's side of life, like, you can always take something out of somebody. Make sure that you're looking at, you know, at the bad, because the bad is just as good as the good if you learn a positive experience from that.
Where you at, struggle?
Mm-hmm. You know? That's it.
All right, so let's move on to the next subject here. It's our boy Eminem, our rap god, our rap hero, man. I guess.
The former rap hero.
Yeah. Well, you know, I still fucking love the guy.
Yeah.
And I get what he did. I think that, you know, this is a delicate, ladies and gentlemen, just for those of you that are
I see where you're
snowflakes.
going with this.
Like,
thing.
this is probably a delicate situation about race that 3 white people are about to have. So it's going to be like kind of awkward. We're like, we're not racist or any shit like that. So it's not going to be weird. But I mean, there's.
Are you about to tie these two together?
Well, Eminem's definitely talking about some racial stuff yesterday.
Well, I'm talking about with the Weinstein.
Oh
thing.
no.
I was about to say, like, is
But you know, fucking Eminem, I think, comes from he was picked up by Dr. Dre, and you know, he has been one of the few people that I think Eminem lives his life kind of like I do. He doesn't say or feel, you know, when he was saying that you go, hey, sissy faggot motherfucker, he would rap like that, and people be like, can't be saying that about people, and he's like, I can say what the fuck I want.
Don't
and
censor
I
me,
fucking give a
Paul.
fuck.
Yeah.
He's like
He
one of
did
the few
that.
people that had talent and was like, fuck it, if you don't want me, I'll put a mixtape out, bitch, and you won't get any of this money. You know what I mean? Because he was at the Rap Olympics and won, and that was where Dre fucking signed him from. So he was going to make it happen anyway. He's lucky that he didn't end up going like the route of Macklemore or whatever, because Dre really is the one that gave him the.
Set the thing up though. How big of an Eminem fan are you?
Me,
to begin
probably
with?
like,
I don't even
I'm
know.
like pretty close on the like level of like I hate him to Stan. I'm like pretty close to Stan, man. Like I'm a huge fan. Like when I was a kid, I wanted to be Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always listened to rap music, and he was the best in the business. That he never dropped the N-word, and he always said some. Like, this is what I like about Eminem. It's like we could turn on the top 10 rap songs right now that are on the charts, and they're going to talk about selling crack, gang banging, shooting motherfuckers, fighting, and how much money they got.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what we're going to find. Eminem took you down a path that didn't exist in the rap world, right? You're talking about fucking taking mushrooms and fucking having sex with underage girls and shit like that. That was shit they didn't fucking talk
Cutting
about.
people's heads off.
You know what I mean?
before
You're
ISIS
talking
was
about
even-
fucking kidnapping his kid, killing his wife and shit like that, and they're fucking still married, right?
And that was a different time
That
too.
was
That's
fucking different,
in
yeah.
98 and 98, right?
97,
97. So it was a
Bonnie and
different
Clyde.
fucking
Yep.
world, man. People don't even realize about that world back then, man. They
No,
don't, they
I
don't
think
even know.
Eminem showed up in 2000, and look up, what was the
98.
Marshall Mathers LP? No, the Slim Shady is the first
Slim
one.
Shady
right?
LP.
That was like 97, wasn't it?
Was it that fucking long
dude.
ago?
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, man.
Because that was.
Oh yeah, because Jay-Z's 01 Bonnie and Clyde.
Actually,
right?
this one was released in 99.
99.
No, it was recorded in 97, 98,
Yeah.
99. You know, that's
Man,
what
the
you-
first time
He did that
I
freestyle.
remember, like, there's few things that you like. I remember where I was for 9/11, right? And I remember where I was
Yeah.
when my first kid
I
was
remember
born.
this, I remember
right?
this
Like
shit.
I have, but the first time that I saw, hi, my name is, like the
Fuck
first
yeah.
time I walked up the stairs of my house at 5 Oxford Circle in Allen, and I walked upstairs and I sat my backpack. I was still in school. I sat my backpack down on the thing there, and I looked up at the TV, and it was this fucking white dude. And he was like, "Hi, kids, do you like violence?" And I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, turned it up because it was a different kind of video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, after it was done, I was like, "That's the weirdest shit that I ever heard before." And I got back down to my car and I drove to the fucking store and bought the fucking CD, right?
Right.
And I put that shit in. It's like, meet Grady, a 58-year-old construction worker coming home to his wife having sex with another man after a long day of work. Ah, Grady!
In his
It's
trailer
like,
park home.
dude,
Now
just
Grady,
fucking- I'm like,
hold on.
What the fuck is this, man? Like,
Yeah.
there's only, so up until that point, there was only one other CD that ever blew my mind like that shit. And that was when I bought fucking Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. So, like, there had been nothing like that before either, right? And so you
Yeah.
heard Paradise City on the radio, and you're like, oh yeah, that's fucking awesome, right?
That's
and
dope,
then you
man.
pick it up, right, and it's fucking talk about Mr. Brownstone shooting heroin and fucking, you know, what was the other one? They were saying fuck all the time in their songs and shit. Like, there was just like, rock and roll wasn't that way. You know what I mean? First of all, the metal wasn't there, and then this guy, Axl Rose, he has the widest vocal range of anybody in the history of music, right? And so all of a sudden he's there and he's screaming high pitched and he's yelling low pitched fuck and says so fucking easy, right?
And you said that too, like they had to code the message too. They couldn't even come right out and just say fuck you, you know,
back
like
then
that
they
type
couldn't
of stuff. They
fucking
had to
do
say Mr. Brownstone.
Yeah, they
you know?
couldn't say heroin, couldn't say we've
I'm
been
popping
shooting heroin,
mollies,
popping mollies and
right.
shit.
I'm sweating.
Because they were having to get around all this censorship. And
Yeah.
everything.
Well, so Appetite for Destruction and as dirty as
conservative.
and as nasty as they want to be are the two reasons that parental advisory exists. And what most people don't know is that bitch Hillary Clinton that fucking made that shit happen. She went on some social
she did.
fucking justice bullshit about fucking bad language, and she's the reason why we have parental advisory on CDs. Hillary Clinton. Hillary fucking Clinton. So anyway,
That's a whole.
so there's only one other
podcast.
time in my life where music's done that shit to me, where like
The whole big one.
because I had heard Paradise City, and then you put in fucking Welcome to the Jungle, which was the first song on that tape, and you're like, what in the fuck,
Yeah,
man?
that shit rocks
That dude
right there.
screaming in the beginning of it, right? It's like, like that was just crazy shit. So, matter of fact, just like one more thing about like Guns N' Roses, I'm gonna go back to Eminem again, is when they played Paradise City for the first time on MTV, it was like 2 in the morning and they owed somebody a favor. Somebody's like, suck this dick, right?
Yeah.
And they owed him a favor. And they had to they put the fucking video in, which is like just footage of them fucking playing or whatever the case may be, right? And when they played it, the phone lines so many people called in that the power surged and caught the fucking studio
Damn,
on fire.
hell yeah.
And it was like 2 in the morning and people were calling going, who the fuck was that band that was just playing on the deal? And the studio caught on fire, like true
They
fucking
were
story.
rock
just
and
like
roll right
rock
there.
stars.
That's
Dude, those
Just
guys,
fucking rocking away in there.
Who do you think made the most money out of anybody in entertainment fucking last year?
Guns N' Roses.
Guns and
Still
motherfucking
going.
Roses. They went on tour last year, did 190 million in 12 months.
That is a lot of money.
They go hard. I would go. I wanted to go to that concert. I know they came through, and I was like, oh my god. I think I had like an invite. Did I go to that?
Yeah,
concert?
tickets were fucking insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long do they do? Like, how long is
Because-
the music tour for something like that?
It's,
'Cause I know
probably
it's got
a
to
year.
be relentless.
Probably
right
a year.
there
They
in the
probably do a
body.
year in America and a year in Europe and then fucking retire it, I would imagine.
Man,
They go hard.
that's
They do,
got to
man.
be hard on the body right there, especially
Dude.
for somebody at
Dude,
their
it's
age.
hard to just go like to Vegas and back to do a 1 hour thing at fucking Marshall Silver's event. I can only imagine getting back up there going, I used to do a little, but a little wouldn't do it, so the little got more and more. But so back to M, man. So M, like, I'm a fucking huge fan, man. Like, he blew my mind when I seen that video, and then it's fucking like, listen to that. Don't you want to grow up to be just like me? That shit was fucking sick. It's like, I've been with 3 bitches that got HIV. Like, dude, he said shit that was like, damn, they ain't talking about this.
And
in
he had
music.
people picketing and
Oh,
all
dude,
that,
he was like
all
Marilyn
that.
Manson. The fucking people hated the fucking
Just
things he
attention
said.
gathering it from everywhere.
But he
though.
was fucking, dude, nobody could battle that dude lyrically. Like, I'm a big Jay-Z fan, but Jay-Z can't rap like Eminem can, right? Now, Jay-Z's got some good music, and Jay-Z like distinguished, classy, like y'all little motherfuckers ain't shit compared to me kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, nobody can lyrically go after fucking what Eminem did, right? Because he's not taking the same old words. Like, these guys, like, let's say there's 25 words that rhyme, and these guys just know to hit each one of those things. You can alternate these 25, there's your 30 bars, and you're done, right? Eminem hit shit that wasn't fucking supposed to, you know, he's like, I stick out with an orange hat and a green bill because I'm probably stupid enough to ask for a date with Lauryn Hill. Like, nobody was saying shit like
Even
that.
think
That's
to say
fucking
something
just,
like that.
that's just crazy shit, you know what I mean? And so, obviously, he won over the audience and beat the news media and fucking was the underdog and all this stuff. But, you know, he went through his perils with drugs, and his last couple albums, you know, the music's been like, okay, but it happens as you get older, right? Like, my videos, no way the videos that I make a couple of years from now, there's no way they'll be as passionate, as raw as the ones that I used to make in the garage at the penthouse. You know what I mean? There'll never be another, if you ain't got $10,000 in your fucking bank account, you broke dick motherfucker.
Straight fire.
There won't be nothing like that
Yeah.
anymore, you know what I mean? Because I don't have that same rage inside me, just like Eminem's not fucking taking shrooms and fucking all these chicks and shit anymore, so it's hard to sing about that, right? But last night,
doing that.
right, but last night, you know, and look up, how much is Eminem worth? He's probably worth $100 million or so, I would imagine.
Man, they got to be worth a lot.
Last night he was on the BET Awards. I don't watch TV, And so, and I don't have cable.
160, buck 60.
160, yeah. So, I watch TV and I don't have cable, but I got the internet. So, and I wanted to see Eminem rap. Fuck, like I'm fucking Stan. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, man, fucking M. And I pulled it up, and he's talking some political shit against Donald Trump. Now, first, let's set knowing your target audience. Okay, he's on BET, Black Entertainment Television. He's entertaining a specific audience, right? Okay, so he's also being supported by, like, as one of the few white dudes, especially the only one that's like considered one of the GOATs. You know what I'm saying? That's in that industry. And so as soon as he comes out, the first thing that he's got to make sure that everybody in that room knows is like, I'm not fucking racist. I know there's a bunch of white racism shit going on around here, but I'm still fucking M. I'm fucking on team fucking hood. You know what I'm saying?
He has to stand on one side.
He has to fucking, like, and he can't come out there and be like, y'all got to stop. Like Floyd Mayweather can say, stop fucking with the president, because like you can't say that he's racist because he's black, because they've taken that ability away from people to say that they're racist, right? So you can't say that about Floyd. All you can say is he's a fucking stupid fighter, right?
He's a dumb fucker.
Yeah, they can't say probably racist people calling him, you know, the fucking racist shit. But that's like, from a black dude, you can't call him racist when he says something good about the president, right? But with Eminem, if he was to say something, whether he supports him or not, if he would say something about the president, it would get him all fucked up, right? And and now Eminem's got to keep two people happy. He's got to keep the artist happy, which is predominantly black in his music industry, right? Like, so in the rap world, it's mainly a black man's sport. So he's got to make sure that, you know, he doesn't piss off his peers. You know what I mean? Like, he probably pissed them all off for years, and he's probably going the same journey I'm on. I pissed all my fucking competitors off for years, and now I'm on the journey to try to unite us. He's probably been working on uniting everybody for fucking years, and the last thing he wants to do is come out there and they fucking turn on him because he's like, y'all need to take it easy on the president. Of course, you know what I'm saying? So, but when he comes out there, this is like everything's politics everywhere. You turn on ESPN, politics. You turn on the BET show, politics. You turn on, you know, fucking Jimmy Kimmel's portly ass, fucking politics. Like, it's every fucking where, right? There's no escape. You turn on Facebook, your friends, like, it's everywhere.
Turn on American Entourage.
Anywhere. Turn on American Entourage, podcast, Joe Rogan podcast. That's all they talk about, you know? But we look at Eminem come out last night, and he's got to be like, hey, I'm this is me. You know what I mean? And the best way to distance yourself from all that other shit is to attack it. You know what I'm saying? So if he's going to come out and say, hey, just so you know, man, like, I'm on team artist and team fucking hood, right? The people that have, and side note, like, you know, the majority of his people that have bought his albums are for sure white, right? Like, that's the majority of the, like, you don't see black dudes wearing Eminem shirts, but you see white dudes wearing Eminem shirts all the time, right? At least
I had the whole get up back in the day with the mask and shit on them, you know, like the chainsaw gear.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. They sold it right down. They sold it in Dillard's.
Yeah. We was the first one of us to fucking make it in that. We'd have these motherfuckers, but until Eminem, we had Vanilla Ice. He saved us. You know, he fucking saved us. Until Eminem arrived on the scene, all we had was Vanilla Ice, and you had to be like, well, I guess white people can't rap. You know, it's like, I guess we're out on this one, guys.
Tap, I'm out.
Right? Eminem paved the way for like Macklemore and fucking like Machine Gun Kelly and fucking any of these motherfuckers today. Even motherfuckers like Justin Bieber, you know? And so he has to come out last night and say, like, hey, I'm still, like, I'm this part of this hip-hop culture community. This is who I am. The best way to let the world know that is to fucking attack the enemy of that culture right now is definitely Trump. You know what I'm saying? Fucking it's a strange thing to me because they say he's racist, but there's no evidence of it anywhere. If there's anything, now pay fucking attention. What I'm about to do is drop what's called a red pill on you. There's no going back after this, right? If there's anything, Donald Trump's a sexist. Because he said he's grabbing them by the pussy, bitches let you do anything. And there's a lot more women in the country, in the world. This country's 53% women. Look that up, I think I'm right on that. This country's 53% women, unless I'm told otherwise in a second, where it's only 13% African American. So Trump being
50.
Racist, 50%.
0.8, yeah.
So Trump being a racist is a problem, if he's a racist. There's no evidence of it anywhere. But Trump being a racist is a problem. But Trump being a sexist is a bigger problem. But much like the media always does, they hide the bigger problem and fucking give you a little problem to focus on.
They don't even care about the
They don't care.
stuff.
Hey, never mind it. We're about to go to war with Korea. The fucking NFL's kneeling.
Yep.
They're fucking taking. That's what the media does. So never mind. We might have a president that might be sexist, right? Which, you know, is nothing new, right? Probably all presidents have been sexist. They've all been men, and they've all been men of power. But this one is openly, and we know it, we have evidence of it, right? And they don't say anything about that. For some reason, they don't hold your nose to the grindstone if you're a sexist, but they do if you're a racist.
That's a damn good fucking point right there.
And
they really don't.
They really don't, but if you're a racist, they do. And so they're playing the card that gets the most attention. Now, the reason why I share all this, I'm on team president or not team president. I'm on, like, that guy's like fucking king of England. I could give a fuck about him, right? Like, I like Trump. I went through Trump University. I've read his books. I watched The Apprentice and all that shit. I like him from a business standpoint. And I didn't vote for him because I don't fucking vote, because I think voting's a lot like fucking gambling on a professional wrestling match. It's already rigged and it's a very poor decision to make. And plus, if the fucking Democrats take over and I voted Republican, I'm for sure not going to have them kick down my door and arrest me first. When you seen The Handmaid's Tale, that's some real shit. Like,
What? I haven't seen that.
You're registered on the card.
Yeah, hell no,
What's
man.
that
I'm not
so
aligning
wicked?
with nobody.
What's that information
The
right there?
Handmaid's Tale. It's a show on Netflix where like fucking one party just fucking overthrew the other and took over the fucking country and shit.
They go and get you.
Yeah, they go and fucking get you,
Wow.
man. Yep. And so,
Those ideas
that's why I think
they're
about the
put
voter
out like
registry,
that
like,
because
man, they
people are
tested
thinking
us.
about
That's the fuck they are, because they're sick, fat, fucking greedy pieces of shit like Harvey Weinstein trying to go, hey man, let's see if they'll do this shit. Dude, do you know how many movies have come true?
a lot.
How many fucking movies have come true that have been like fucking word for word shit happening? You know what I mean? Did you know that like in the Batman movie, the best one with Heath Ledger, right? There was all sorts of shit about Sandy Hook and the fucking address and all that shit. The Sandy Hook was in that fucking movie. Like, dude, there was the theater shoot. Dude, there's like fucking, there's tons of movies that are out there that's like, they fucking tested us and now it's happening like 1984 shit, right? So back to him, he's got to come out and distance himself. And he did that, but here's the thing, I think that he probably pissed a lot of people off. I'm not mad at him, he's still my fucking hero, you know? And the thing that threw me off though is like, you're the greatest rapper of all time, dog. Eminem, you're the greatest rapper of all time. You could have said anything. You could have came out there and done this cypher about some fucking crazy shit. Like, you could have done it some bitches and bottles and fucking, you know, hoes and models and all this shit that you fucking got that finesse. But instead, you came and you decided to draw an even, like, bigger line in through the division. You know what I'm saying? Because now, all of a sudden, you're going to have two types of people. The type of people that you know, that support Eminem and his statements, and the type of people that now they don't like him no more because he's fucking used that shit to talk shit about the president, which is okay. At least you respect the fact that he took a stand fucking for what he personally believes in or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Or maybe somebody said suck this dick. You don't know.
Yeah,
you know
that's what
saying? It's like, you might have to suck this dick tonight on BET.
On BET too.
I mean, he had to.
But the thing is, and it makes sense from his standpoint. But the thing is, he could have came out and really, because like when I picked this up, I wasn't looking for some racially charged bullshit. Mm-hmm. I was looking for fucking Eminem to just like go off. And he did go off, right? Like the shit he said, rhyme and stuff, but all it did was like promoted hate more. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they promoted this like us versus them mentality when it's not us versus them. We gotta all be on the same damn page or this shit won't work, because America divided will not fucking work, man.
Does Eminem have stocks in these prisons?
I don't know, probably.
I mean, you got to think, does he have?
You know,
I'm done. I mean, like, I'm
Is
one
that
of
something
those
you can
people
look
that-
up?
Fuck it. I mean, you watched the whole video though?
No, I only saw like the first 30 seconds because he's just bitching about Trump, and I'm like, man, I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to listen
bullshit.
to it, just like I don't want to watch the fucking shit on the news.
I don't watch the news,
at
and
the-
I'm not going to watch like that stuff either for that reason.
Well, let me break it down because you got to hear it to make your decision of if you want to fuck with him or not anymore. But basically, what he says at the end of the video, and he goes, and I'm drawing a line in the sand. And he goes, and if you're a Trump supporter or if you're a Trump supporter, I'm going to make this easy for you. If you're a Trump supporter and a fan of mine, I'm going to make this easy for you. Fuck you, right to the camera.
Really? Why are you so mad, man? He worth $180 million. Why are you so mad? And
that's
show me,
exactly right.
Show me one piece of evidence that Trump is racist.
He was talking about in his rap. He's talking about
How can you be
tiki
against
torches and KKK, which he has no connection
man,
to at all.
Yeah, and he denounced that like 180 something times.
Yeah.
right?
But he
Like,
brings it up in this rap.
because they're
That's
fucking
selective
pushing
hearing.
this lie.
Yeah.
They're pushing this lie to fucking people that are low, like what Rush Limbaugh calls low information voters. And they're fucking pushing this lie to them. right? There's motherfuckers that let TV rot their brain, Fox News, MSNBC, Eminem, and fucking all these things. They ain't listening to Joe Rogan. They ain't listening to the American Entourage. They ain't listening to Russell Brand. They're listening to fucking people like Ricky Smiley in the morning. That racist motherfucker's just fucking pushing hate all the way to work. All the way to work, that motherfucker's making you hate white people. All the fucking way to work. If you listen to him, he just makes you hate white people. Then you get to work. You gotta work with a white dude, and he fucking does one thing wrong, you blow up at him because fucking Ricky Smiley's been telling you how big a piece of shit we are all morning. But that's what most people listen to. You know what I'm saying? The same thing on Fox News. You fucking listen to how bad the fucking black people are. They're fucking looting in St. Louis and blah, blah. What about the fucking 20 million of them that went to work and made 6 fucking figures this year? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Who cares about these fucking morons wrecking cars and all the shit they're doing? What about all the fucking productive people?
Very small percentage.
Exactly,
of what's
man.
going on.
Exactly. But that's what they fucking do, right? They draw this fucking line to make you hate motherfuckers because they know America divided won't work. We are the United States. We're not the divided states. But here's what I will say about Trump and his, they say the reason why he's a racist is because of his wall. And because he wants to wall off Mexicans. They act like Mexicans have some kind of, they have some kind of claim to America, which technically they should in Texas, but we beat them. You know what I mean? We went to war, we beat them.
People don't understand fucking basic.
They don't understand. Yeah,
and
so Mexican isn't a race; it's a nationality, right? Hispanic is a race. Like you don't go and you check out white, black. It doesn't say Mexican. It says white, black, Hispanic, right? So the problem is the Mexicans, right? Like the people that live in the country of Mexico are illegally crossing the border and it's causing problems here, and they want to stop it because what's happening is they're coming and they're voting for fucking the other party if we let too many over. Because here we go to get abortions, right? White people, black people. And American citizens get abortions and shit like that here. In other countries, they don't fucking have the money to get abortions. They come over here, they have a kid, so they can have a kid on soil so that maybe they can take advantage of DACA. And again, like whatever you got to do. Probably if I was fucking Mexican, I'd probably do that shit too, right? Be like the way to do it is to go get pregnant and have a kid in America. So I get it, right? But my thing is, I hope he does put the wall up. You know why? Because when the rest of the fucking country starts acting stupid, we only got to border the other 3/4 of our state.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with that.
If they think making a wall between us and Mexico is bad, I want a wall between us and Oklahoma. Those guys are not fucking trustworthy up there. The meth is bad in that state.
I'll tell you a story this weekend. I went up there just real quick, but we went to this bar, and it was like in the college town, and it was the only place that had pool tables. And these 2 kids got into a fight. The bar was supposed to close at 2. Cops came running up in that place, shut the whole place down. And my brother-in-law and his girlfriend were like, "Hey, we got to get out of here because these cops are crooked around here." And didn't really know what that meant. He's like, "Put the fucking drink down, boy, and get the fuck out." And I was like, "Yeah, yes, sir. We are leaving." So it's true, man. Like, there are things, like you were talking about the sheriff a little while ago, and it makes you think, like, what's really going on in these towns? Like the town that my in-laws live in, town's shut down because the mayor is like was child pornography. The sheriff of the town, same thing, child pornography. So like your leaders of the town are the ones being taken down now, and it's all because of social media. And you're able to see these things. You're able to track these people, track locations, track where people went missing. So it's crazy how they bust in there, in these offices, and they're finding computers with all this child pornography on it. So it's pretty wild, the difference from down here in a little town up there in the middle of nowhere where you can just get lost.
You want to talk about some crooked cops? So this is Allen, Texas. This town, look at the population of Allen, Texas. And look at this neighborhood. It's a nice neighborhood, right? Right. And look at the time of day. It's
right
the daytime.
100,000?
100,000 people in Allen. The whole town's been built in the last 20 years, so it's brand fucking new. There's no ghetto. There's no I grew up in what would be the poorest part of that fucking town, and those houses are probably still now. Back then they were fucking $30,000-$50,000, but now they're probably $150,000, or they're probably torn down right now. When I grew up, it was the country, right? It was fucking like a poorer part of the fucking the northern suburbs or whatever. Allen and McKinney were pretty rough. Now it's like fucking all brand new and polished, and they built all these shops and shit. The high school they have didn't even exist when I went to school there, right? Well, so this neighborhood is a $300,000 to $400,000 neighborhood. Now in Texas, that's nice. That's about a 3,000 to 4,000 square foot home on a decent size infill lot in a nice neighborhood with a school and an HOA and shit. So like just for the people that aren't from Texas to know that like that is a nice home here. Look at this. These fucking people are the cops. Are raiding this fella's house in this neighborhood in the middle of the day. What in the fuck is that, man? What the fuck do they need that for?
That's an MRAP right there, man.
What the fuck? fuck, man?
That's military grade right there. That's
These
the stuff they've dropped through
motherfuckers, you want to see
Afghanistan
this shit?
with.
Look at this shit. These motherfuckers got, here's push play.
Oh, it's plenty.
They got a fucking tank with like a fucking dude sitting on, it's like 3 in the afternoon. Now, this is the same city that kicked in my door with some shit like that in 2005. And I wasn't even selling dope. They made a mistake. And I lived in a neighborhood like that too. I'm like, those motherfuckers are crazy, but what the fuck do they have these tanks? And that's not, the one they kicked in my door with was white. This one's black, so that means they got at least 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's fucking crazy, man.
What do you need that?
It's fucking crazy. But anyway, you say crooked cops, because they fucking kick that dude's door in and they fucking confiscate. They say, oh, you're selling dope. And they take everything in there worth money. And there's a certain statute that if you sit on it for 5 years, then if they don't claim it, then they can go fucking sell it or whatever. And so they go to the police auction and they fucking sell it, and then they go buy all this crazy equipment because they're a bunch of fucking, you know, shit. Like, let's just be real. If you could own a bunch of automatic weapons, would you?
I would love to.
Fucking A, right?
And now, don't get me wrong.
If you had the extra money, the problem is the cops fuck people out of money in order to do this, right? They, like, maybe that guy was selling drugs, maybe not. He probably didn't warrant that fucking level of shit, right? Not in that neighborhood.
I mean, unless you're going down shooting, man, does it really warrant that?
Does it really warrant that, right? You probably could knock on the door and been like, hey, man, you can come to jail. You probably could have called the motherfucker and just told him to come to jail.
And don't get it wrong, and that's what I want to put out there too, is I enjoy having the police around, because if not, like,
I'm on team cop.
it'd be.
Me too.
Yeah,
But
I like the
at
cops.
the same time, I mean, I saw it up in Oklahoma.
But they're
when I
ran
went
by
to,
the government.
When I went
That's
to
the
Houston
problem.
for Hurricane
That's
Harvey,
true.
it was bad. Like, they were literally telling us, like, you got to protect yourself. We're not protecting you. We're like, hey, can we go down here and save these people? And we're like, no, why not? Because the mayor said so. You know, and it's like, damn, I can't go save a life.
Exactly, the fucking mayor,
You know?
who's crooked, obviously, in Houston's instance. But that's the thing. The cops, I believe that no, like, little kids grow up, they say, I want to be a cop, right? It's funny, my son, Asher, he walks across stage to graduate last year, or earlier this year, and the teacher says, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he goes, I want to be a police officer. I'm like, fuck. And now if you ask me, I've worked with them, now they know that closer is a much better, it's like, there's no police officers driving McLaren, son. And so then...
That's logic right there.
That's logic, man, that's right. Like, police
teach you
officers
the right
don't live
way.
in our neighborhood, son. And no offense, I love the cops. I'm just like explaining them to. But my other son, he goes later because he's in like an older class, so he goes later across the stage. And they said, "What do you want to be?" And he said, "I want to be an FBI agent." And I thought, "What in the fuck?" Man? And so I asked Jackson, it was my oldest. I said, "Jax, why did you say you want to be FBI?" And he goes, "Well, the FBI is the boss of the cops."
Oh, yeah.
Because Asher said cops, right? All you want to do is be Asher's boss. And so, anyway,
More than
like
average.
little kids want to be
Yeah.
cops. They want to be FBI agents. But you go to exactly, you want to be a hero. But then when you realize you got to fucking take $300 from you for speeding, you know what I mean? And then they put you in a jam where you can't pay your rent this month, then you're fucking late for work and you lose the job that was the only way you're going to pay the rent anyway. But they don't give a fuck because they don't see that side of it. Now, like, sometimes it's a shitty job you got to do. You know, they also got to go scrape people's brains off of the fucking freeway. They also got to go investigate mass murder shootings like they had in Plano not too long ago. Like shit happens.
A lot of people don't even know about that.
It's a fucking job, right? Like, you go and you want to be a hero, but it ends up you work for the government, so you got to do a bunch of crooked government shit, like write people's. Like, the speed limit's still 40. Still, we have cars that do 300 fucking miles an hour, right? Like electric cars that get 0 to fucking 60 in 2 seconds.
Who determines
And
speed
we
limits,
still go
bro?
fucking 40 miles an hour like we're driving goddamn Model Ts with horses fucking pulling behind us.
Well, who determines the speed limits anyways? Like, how is that?
The fucking crooked government.
You know,
like
how
on
is
Preston,
that?
bitch should be 65 miles an hour. There's plenty of room between lights. Brakes work well. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
wouldn't you agree though that like most cops, they are like looking out for the best interest
They
of
want
America?
to, yeah, but they
you
got
know?
It's the bottom 10% that ruin it for
also, they're
everybody, though.
indoctrinated.
Yeah.
Right? So they go to these meetings, it's like, listen, we got to keep
They pretty
speeders
much
off the
do
streets.
whatever.
Right? You know what kills people is not speeding. What kills motherfuckers is the fucking pieces of shit going the speed limit or below that are blocking the motherfuckers that are trying to drive normal, which you don't ever drive 40 normally. Normally you drive 50 or 60. That's like the fucking normal, like that's a normal speed in any car, 50 or 60. 40, you're forcing yourself to go slow. You know what I'm saying? 70, you're forcing yourself to speed up. 50 or 60 should be the speed limit pretty much everywhere except for in a neighborhood. Right? Like, Beltline should be 50 or fucking 60 miles an hour, no matter how many stops there are.
There's one that goes from 75, 65, 55, 35 up there, like within 150
Yeah,
yards.
and so that's
You know,
that's
it's
example of
crazy.
some fucking crazy government shit. But that causes people to fucking slow down, and the one behind you fucking crash into it, right? Or if like somebody's going 35 in the fucking middle lane, and you're like trying to fucking get around them just so that you can go a normal speed. Those are the things that cause accidents. But like I said, they were indoctrinated, just like anything else, right? If you tell people enough that Trump being racist is one of those things, right? If you tell people something enough, they'll fucking believe whatever it is you say. And so, you know, yes, I believe cops, absolutely, they take that job because they want to change lives. But what happens is, you ever seen The Shield? Right? Like you become immune to this shit.
Watch that.
Like all of a sudden, you're busting criminals all the time and you're hanging out with criminals that are doing criminal shit and you're investigating criminal shit and you're always surrounded about criminal shit and you're thinking about criminal shit. All of a sudden, the line becomes real thin.
Right.
And then you can easily tell yourself that you're not the criminal because that's what you're doing, a speeding ticket stealing from somebody.
Right.
A speeding ticket stealing someone's hard-earned money. Right? Like there's no fucking two ways about it.
It could be a $25 ticket.
It could be fucking, yes. It could be the inconvenience of them pulling you over and making you sit there for 30 minutes. That would be more fucking painful.
That would be.
That would be way more fucking painful, right? And so, hey, so now you
I
gotta
lost
sit there for
time
30
and I
minutes.
lost
I
money.
lost fucking time,
You know?
exactly. But money hurts you, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, money fucking hurts you. And so, but anyway, like in The Shield, man, at first they start off, they're like good cops, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, a couple people get murdered, and they're like, well, we could throw a couple more bodies in and just like act like that happened, and then we could like keep this money instead of just turning it in and buying a fucking tank like they did in Allen, you know, so.
I didn't know they had that over there.
It's, but OM, you know, if he says that you're with Trump, fuck you, that's like...
Yeah, I wanted to drop that on you because
That's
I
not cool,
saw
man.
how you were saying like you're gonna let him slide, but
I'm still going to let him slide, man, because here's what I know. You know,
I
I paid...
figured you was
I didn't buy his last album, because it wasn't that good.
it fucking sucks. All
It
this
did
shit sucks now.
Yeah, because he's off of drugs and shit, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And
Which is all good.
that's what happens. Once
Yeah.
people, like drugs, people's best years are on drugs. When they sober up, shit starts to fucking suck, right?
Right.
And so, you know, I didn't buy his last thing. It wasn't that good. Listen to a little bit on Spotify. I don't bump it. I bump the first 2 or 3 CDs that he launched, and that's all that's really good for me, you know? And just like I don't bump Snoop Dogg's new shit either. It ain't fucking that good to me either.
Snoop
you know what I mean?
line.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Snoop
Well,
line.
Snoop's, it's just like fucking the first couple CDs were good. That's one thing that Dre did right. He only released CDs that were bomb from start to finish, you know? And so, you know, his next thing ain't gonna be that big a deal, but I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people didn't fucking, you know, because I mean, that's pretty bold. That'd be like me saying, you know, if you work in sales, fuck you. That's a pretty fucking
That's pretty bold.
But to me, it doesn't bother me because I'm like, probably somebody called him up and was like, yo, M, it's time to suck this dick.
Yeah, your time has come.
He's like right
We've been
before the
waiting.
BET.
Like
yeah.
nobody's been listening to your shit. We're gonna put some
We're
more
gonna do a
millions in your
big
pocket.
Yeah, we're gonna put a big PR campaign.
It's gonna be
But we need
good.
you to
I said this on a comment about that video that I really gotta get out there because I was like just proud of it. I said,
That shit was
but I
funny.
said, could you imagine how funny it would be to liberals if it was like Garth Brooks was up there standing in front of these pickup trucks with a bunch of his redneck friends
with an acoustic guitar.
yeah, talking shit, trying to call out the
Hillary Clinton.
president, trying to call whoever was president at the time. I guess he would be trying to call out Obama. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Trying to call out Obama at the time, back in like say '08, and a year later they're still fucking crying. They're still fucking
You
crying.
had people you had troll tears everywhere. What'd you say that you were living?
There were tears, man. There was plenty of tears, but they were. But could you imagine? It would just be hilarious to them. They would be talking so much shit to us, you know.
Yeah.
It was funny.
They would be
last night.
laughing. They would be
Man,
laughing.
Pat
about
went in hot. I saw that top comment on Mr.
Well, Kid
Technical
Rock.
Difficult.
No, Ted Nugent did that.
He did
Remember?
what?
He was
Was
like
he
Ted
mad?
Nugent fucking played all this shit.
Okay,
went on a tangent.
okay,
Look
exactly.
it up. Look up Ted Nugent fucking like Obama. He's like on stage and played some like shit and fucking talking shit about Obama and everybody's like, fucking Ted.
Yeah.
Same thing that we're
Old
doing
Ted.
about Eminem. Like if Eminem had said that probably a few years ago, like when he was at the height of his career, I'd probably be like, fuck Trump too. You know what I mean? Like my boy M says, fuck him. But now I'm like,
Oh yeah, Ted Nugent was talking about killing Obama.
yeah, he's a little out there, man.
He is. He's pretty. I think that's
it.
why didn't he lose that TV show and everything? Like when they were
He
like,
was once the
"Hey."
sheriff of fucking whatever county he lives in like Minnesota or Michigan or Montana or wherever the fuck he's at.
That'd be wild to have him.
But it's the same thing. People were looking at this, must have been looking at this and being like, you know, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Or it was probably funny to them. There's nothing you can do.
I don't know what Eminem. I see what he had to gain from it. You know, it's like, hey, let the community know I'm not on.
He
Team
has
Trump.
to. He
I had
had
to
to.
draw a fine line and let them know that there's no question behind the scenes. Am I like on Team Trump and neo-Nazi? I get it. Which they're not synonymous, but the media has done a really good job. Again, I'm 30. I said this last episode. 38 years old in my life. Spent 4 years in prison. I never met a neo-Nazi in my life. Matter of fact, I've never met a neo anything other than a Neapolitan ice cream occasionally.
Sounds really good right now.
So,
Delicious.
last thing we'll talk about on the show today are the fucking wildfires in California. You know,
I feel like those are getting overlooked.
Jesus fuck, man.
Almost.
They're really not saying a lot about them.
They're
man.
not at
They
all.
look
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
like,
I got something
man,
to show you.
it's really devastational because they've destroyed a lot of houses, a lot of business, and the fucking, like, it's going to be, like, prices of wine are going to go up, prices of marijuana are going to
They're
go
saying
up.
it's burning the marijuana out there.
It's
too.
burned
It's
a
like-
fucking large amount of the fucking
No!
marijuana that we fucking import. And, you know, I was just in Vegas where that shit's legal, by the way. And I walked up in the dispensary like, what's up, dog? I got some of them pre-rolls. They're like, what
Yeah.
flavor you want? Like that tangerine dream? That's
That
the
tangerine.
strand right there,
Did you
man.
go to that one off the north end of the strip right there by the Stratosphere?
Nah,
Yeah.
man. So I stayed at the Palms this time. So I use a little app called Hotel Tonight.
Oh, was it?
And so I just show up last minute and then book a hotel. The Palms, I got a suite in that bitch, like a 2-bedroom suite. And it was $85.
I think were you at the same one that I was at? The Palms, the suite like off the strip a
Off
little
the
bit.
strip,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the one that Floyd stays at
Dirty
sometimes.
ass windows, man. That place
Yeah, it
had some
does.
Dirty ass windows.
Because those storms come in rolling off
Yeah.
those mountains. It's pretty cool to watch those come in. But yeah, we even got the pre-rolls, the Bio Jesus. That's my favorite one right there,
Bio
man. That
Jesus.
puts me into another dimension. So
Yeah, so it's fucked up the weed supply and it's fucked up the wine supply, and a lot of people are out houses. Look up and Google like how many houses burned down in the wildfires.
So while you're looking that up, in May of 2014, we were living on Camp Pendleton in Southern California, and that's when those wildfires were started out in Encinitas by some kid out there that literally lit a fire and it just started burning houses. And out there, when a fire comes over the mountain, like it sweeps up the side of the mountain and sweeps down like real quick. And something like you can't understand. Well, Bonnie went into labor with RJ because these fires were on Camp Pendleton and they were telling us we had to evacuate, and she just freaked out and went into labor. So that's how the first kid was born. So I'm really interested to hear about this.
17 dead, with 1,500 structures lost
Oh my God, that's really bad.
Wow.
in Northern California. Yep.
Well, so like, you know, when you go to like Southern California and you go hiking in the mountains and shit like that, it tells you no smoking, right? There's like no smoking anywhere, no throwing cigarettes out of the car. Like, you know, there's like people say, you know, oh, California, you can't even smoke in public. A lot of that has to do with fires.
Yeah.
It's not the tobacco side of it. It's a lot of it has to do with the fires. You flick a butt into dry brush, which it doesn't rain there, so it's all dry. And but I remember on the trails everywhere, there was no smoking, no smoking, no smoking. Like, I can only imagine you fucking flick a cigarette or some
It
shit.
just
and
burns the land quick,
Wow.
man. It just,
That's crazy, man. You see, like,
It starts fire tornadoes and stuff
this
too.
shit
Like,
looks like apocalyptic.
Yeah,
like,
it-
yeah,
like
it
the
is.
Holocaust
But
hit that
I
shit.
just imagine getting stuck in like where you like say you're looking and you see one side of the road where there's like a large fire and you're like, oh shit, it's like some shit's burning. I'm driving and getting the fuck out of here. But then you look over the front and it's the same thing, and then the back and it's the same thing. And
you
you're
just
like,
got to keep on going down the
well,
road.
what if you're trapped?
And that's what I'm
Well,
saying.
I'm
You
saying
can't
it's
get
like
out of the
17
car.
people.
You better
Yeah.
like
You just better fucking.
You know, how far would you be able to go in that shit?
That's the thing. Like, what if you're almost out of gas? You get outside of your car. It's
Well,
too
you gotta
fucking
gotta
hot,
race the
you know?
fucking fire to get the gas. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if it burns through and catches your gas, you're fucked.
Well, what's bad about a lot of those things is
What if it's like
That's gonna get
miles
you.
of fucking
That's what I'm
fire that you're
saying.
rolling
Yeah.
through? You
Well,
know?
fire
There's 17 people already dead.
They-
Imagine how they died.
they create their
Ugh.
own climates over there. So firestorms will actually have tornadoes inside of them when the air hits it, and so like you'll see fire tornadoes going up and down the side of the mountains and just destroying everything in its path. It's crazy what a fire can really do if you watch one. We watched one and it freaked Bonnie out. She went into labor.
Well, I seen when I was there one time, the helicopters come and they drop these big ass
Yeah.
buckets in the water in the ocean, and then they come out and they dump it on the mountains. I seen that shit before. It's crazy. Like,
How big are these buckets?
I didn't see 'em-
Huge,
you don't
like
see
this
them dip
big-
the buckets because they do it way offshore, but you can see them fucking flying with them over from the beach, right?
And they just drop it in.
Got the
And
Chinooks
so, yeah,
to
they
do it
start,
and stuff.
well, so there's a story about like they were rummaging through the fires a few years ago, and they found a dude in a wetsuit in the middle of the like full fucking thing and everything, and they're like, how the fuck did he get here? And he had been out diving, and fucking helicopter fucking scooped his ass up and fucking took off and dumped his ass into the fire and shit. That's fucked up.
That is fucked up right
Holy
there.
shit. Did he
Yeah.
die?
Fuck
Of
yeah,
course
he was
he died.
dead.
Oh my god.
He probably died from the fall, you know.
That is a
but
big ass
just
gun.
think,
then.
dude.
you just think about like you're like you're about to die. And
You
you're like,
just
this
fucking,
is,
hey, you're doing what you love the most. You're like fucking, I got
You're like
I got
Nemo,
pictures
man.
of fish and shit tattooed tomorrow.
You
Down
can
there
be-
fucking just snorkeling going, God damn it, I love my life. California's so beautiful.
Oh,
These
shit,
fish.
too, that's right,
And
yeah.
you know, you're just having the fucking greatest time ever.
that
It's
fire
like
Like,
fucking-
hello Nemo, hello Nemo.
Yeah.
force of average come for your ass strong as a motherfucker, man.
You're in the air. Holy
That's
shit.
horrible, man.
Would you even know? I mean, that's a big ass.
We
that's
can't
a
help
big
but
ass
laugh
bucket.
at that
well,
shit, man.
the
but
thing
it's
is, like,
fucking sad, but
you would know
you can't
because,
help.
like, you
It's just
see
so
the bucket
crazy.
duck down below you, and he probably tried swimming and then just got
I
sucked
mean, it's a
up.
big ass bucket though. You're all saying it's like this, like the size of a swimming pool or something that they pick up.
Honestly,
or what?
yes, it's huge. Like these
Google how many
things,
gallons are in the fucking helicopter.
because
fucking-
they would
Who's
come on
the
Camp
dude?
Pendleton, because we had like a.
He's the Google guy and he keeps asking us questions.
Man, they had
Hey
this pond on
guys,
Camp
what
Pendleton.
about this?
They picked those things up, but I don't know how much it was. Could have drowned him on getting picked up.
And what are those things called though?
Or what if it just
I
dropped
guess I can
in
Google that.
and knocked them out?
Yeah.
And then fucking when it just came back out, I don't know how
He just
long-
never knew what happened.
Are
The
they-
guy
are
woke
they
up,
blue?
you know, in
I
the
don't know. They're big though, man. I bet they hold 10,000 gallons.
he woke up in the next dimension wherever he was at. Like just he woke up. He's like, I'm dead. Just probably didn't even know it.
What are these things called? Helicopter.
Helicopter buckets, helicopter water buckets. I'm sure that's not what they're called, but we could start there.
Oh, they're pretty fucking big.
Yeah,
man.
they're huge.
Damn.
It's like taking a water tower almost and
I
dumping
mean,
it.
they're not that big though.
Speaking of which, when I was in the plane yesterday coming in, he's like,
sideways.
and I'm like, what in the fuck, man? I'm like, we just got a lot higher than we just were. That's not how this works. And the captain's like, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I made a mistake, and we weren't quite ready to land, so we're gonna make another lap. And I'm like, what the fuck does that
Take
mean?
your time, man.
And so, anyway, we were at like an odd angle for a while, and I looked out over across the horizon, and I noticed all those water towers that were sticking up. They looked like mushroom spores that just fucking sprouted throughout the land.
Really?
You know, because in Dallas at a certain time, like houses are 2 stories, the trees are usually 2.5, 3 stories. There's like canopy in our. So remember at the high rise,
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
where you're at now, you look out and it's
Big
all
ass church-
trees.
church-
Everything looks like trees. All you see
churches.
is churches and hospitals.
Right.
And water towers, but the water towers are all painted white here, so they look like, you know, mushrooms, like spores in your
Among
front yard
grass,
and shit like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Well, you must have been high as hell.
Yeah, just coming back from
Them dummies that I ate at the fucking the dispensary by the
He's like-
palms.
He's like, this is my own little garden out here. Look at the shrooms popping.
spores.
It's nice walking in there, man. Just walking in and getting to see anything. Because it just doesn't happen over here. It's like when you can just go 4 hours away and do something that gets your ass thrown in jail here, it's pretty wild.
It is, you know, I thought about that. Like, what about the people that walk through TSA in Denver and Las Vegas? You know, I with weed. I had a guy that I was talking to Sunday, and he got busted with pot in Denver going through the TSA line. He said he just threw it out.
Because it's legal there.
Yeah,
so the
it's
same
like-
thing that they would haul your ass to jail, put you on the no-fly list for here. It's just
Well, Atlanta just decriminalized it in the city. It's decriminalized
Houston,
in Dallas
too.
in the city.
Houston. You can have up to like it's either
2
2 to 4 to
ounces.
5. Yeah, 2
Yeah.
ounces.
Same here in Dallas. Well, apparently, I just learned Saturday that they passed, it is medically legal here in Texas now. Google that. Let's see if that's right. He said as of September 1st, it's medically legal here
Well,
now.
I'll be getting my license then.
As of
Pretty sure I can
September.
find
They
something.
don't have a way for
medically.
you to get approval for it yet, but
Hmm.
my friend was getting a license to sell it.
Well, you let your friend know that I'll be one of his
Uh-huh.
first customers.
And my friend, yeah.
One of his first patients.
Well, I'm
that's
gonna
what they call
start.
it.
I'm gonna start a lounge when they make it legal here, which they will. Most people don't know this about Texas. The thing about Texas, we only allow our lawmakers to legislate 45 days every 2 years, and so we don't have a whole lot of laws that get passed versus like Jerry Brown in California that signs a law every goddamn day over there, right? Like we don't have that here. So marijuana's not high up on the urgency
Yeah.
for things that they legislate.
So what could the people do to get 45 days? Is there a way that we
The
can
best thing to
vote
do would
something
just
like
be to
that?
have them decriminalize it,
Yeah.
like, you know. But when it does become legal, I'm going to start a lounge
Oh, I'll invest in that.
where you come,
be
like
cool.
we cook
Yeah.
good ass food. You know what I'm saying? Good ass
That's
food.
so badass,
And
man.
have video games. Don't sell alcohol.
Nope.
Good ass food, video games, comfortable ass couches, and the best buds you can fucking buy, baby.
Man, that would be great. Like have a lounge right inside there where you
Yeah,
can order
you
food
just-
and
it's
smoke
like,
at the same time.
Hey man,
watch
you
the
want to
game.
hang out at your house? No, your house is a 1-bedroom apartment, man. It's made for you. But we can hang out at the fucking lounge and kick it on the couch and watch football and fucking take bong rips and order fucking loaded mashed potatoes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's what's up. It's
What
like,
if
hey
you-
man, where you want to meet? And we could even make it to where it's
That'd be
like
great.
membership, where you got to pay.
Yeah.
Like you remember the spot in Nashville, that place where Dustin's a member of, where you go
Yeah.
in and it's like you pay $5,000 a year. And that covers your drink tab and everything when you're in there, right? You just show up and fucking you're
Most
right
people
there on
won't
Broadway
use all
Street.
that, you know. They just
Exactly.
want the luxury and convenience of having
but,
something like that.
But when you go in there, it's not like a bar setup or whatever. It's like real comfortable, laid back, like a lounge place, and they got good shit for you. So it'd be the same way. It's probably like we charge them $5,000 a year to belong to it, or whatever the
Would
case
you have
is.
alcohol as well? Mm-mm. So do you like smoking and drinking, or do you ever mix them up?
If I drink, I like to smoke. But if I don't drink, I like to smoke. So oftentimes, here's the thing. Like I go to this wedding Sunday, and I'm in Fort Worth, which is about an hour from here for those that don't know. And so I got to go back home. And so I took an Uber, but I was really careful not to drink too much. You know, I still took an Uber, but I was really careful not to drink too much. I never in my life, not going on stage, not speaking, not getting on a sales call, not making American Entourage, I've never in my life said, you know, I got to make sure I don't smoke too much pot. You know, and I've never said I got to make sure I don't smoke too much weed before I get behind the wheel of this car. I've never said that either. You know what I mean? It's like, matter of fact, I'm usually like, man, I probably fucking could have took a couple more hits.
Like, yeah.
You know? And so
It's gonna be a long drive.
I like to
For the
smoke.
road.
Drinking is not something I do except for social. Like when you go to my house, and you guys know, like the same amount of alcohol that was there last time you were there is there now, right? Like those beers that you brought to my house for the Conor McGregor fight are still in the bottom of my refrigerator. Actually, no, your beers froze because you put them in the freezer and I had to throw them out. But you put them in there and forgot them. But the beers that I bought, the Michelobs, are still in the
You see,
fucking
'cause I
bottom
don't
of
drink
it.
them either. I just brought them for whoever
And,
wanted them.
and I only drink Kettle One and soda. That's it. I don't drink beer. I don't drink fucking, like I might occasionally have a margarita, but even then I usually regret it. I like Kettle One and soda, and because it doesn't do me wrong. I built up a tolerance to it, and it's treated me right. And but I only drink in social settings. Like remember we used to drink here. You know, we would drink
and
after
cut
work.
that
We
shit
ain't
out.
done that in a long time either.
Yeah.
We smoke. You know.
It's a bad habit. Seriously.
It is, man. Well, plus pot. You can't smoke a joint and you'd be like, fuck, I'm all bloated and shit. Like, if you drink for a couple of months, like you go on a couple month bender drinking, dude, you're fucking be fat, bloated, fucking veins popping out, and you'll look like shit, you know what I mean? And like, with weed, it's not like that. You look
That's what it
the
is
same.
too. It feels like you're on bender with alcohol when
It
you
does.
when you start drinking. Like you just say, if I started drinking today, right? Well, how many days in a row am I going to do this? Am I going to have a drink? And then where are we going to go from there? But either way, it's like a bender. It can be either a day or 2 days.
Because it can mess your whole routine up too.
It can fuck your
You
whole
can't
shit
get up
up.
right in the morning or anything. So you got to prolong everything during the day, and you're up at night now, so might as well drink again. You know. So,
Here's
same
the
way.
other thing with like alcohol. I can't take a shot of alcohol first thing in the morning, right? Like, without
No.
being considered
Yeah,
an
definitely.
alcoholic. But you can smoke pot first thing in the morning, like, I'll wake and bake. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's all. I mean, like to start a morning out, there's nothing better because you can sit in traffic.
Cannabis
on
and
this
coffee.
shit.
And they'll
baby.
call you a stoner, but I'll own that. You know, like
Yeah.
I'll take it. You know, but alcoholic, no. And it's just
It's
not.
like Joe Rogan said, a lot of world's problems could be solved with just some weed. Like,
Yep.
They could.
like all these people that believe in like the religious Muslim indoctrinations or the strictly religious Christian indoctrinations, like you just like crop dust them with the fucking few clouds of you just get them high as fuck, man. They'll be like,
No more chemtrails. Start dropping weed trails.
bro, what the fuck are we mad at?
What
You know,
the
and then you
fuck?
start asking questions like, all right, I don't know any North Koreans that I'm mad at. Do you know any North Koreans you're mad at? We got like two very powerful fucking dudes, like, and we have all this technology, right? Like, we know how on OnStar, for example, dude stole my friend's car. Within a matter of minutes, the car locked itself and the cops are right there and capture the dude, right? But yet, one dude, like Trump is pissed off at Kim Jong-un, but they can't just go kill that one dude. They're gonna bomb 3 cities over and kill a bunch of civilian casualties and not the leader. It just don't fucking make sense.
That shit does not add up.
And so at some point when you smoke a joint, you're like, what the fuck, man? You mean to tell me we got all this technology, we can't find some fucking crazy ass fucking like camel fucking riding dude in the middle of the mountains? Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here.
That's right, man. And
you know, and we can't just go kill one person. We got bombs that drop down a fucking 6-inch pipe.
They
You know
can
what I'm
just
saying?
find
They
you.
just fucking lob. It's fucking just, they just fucking goes right in there. Don't even touch the sides of it. It's so fucking smooth, right? It's like it's doused in KY before it goes in, man. But yet we gonna go blow up Hiroshima. How come fuck we didn't just go goddamn kill the emperor of fucking Japan? It just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? They just done. We go kill a bunch of fucking civilians. Just like ISIS. Why they keep trying to fucking attack? You know, like regular American civilians. We ain't fucking doing shit to them. Go fucking fight John McCain's bitch ass. He's the one that's fucking keeps signing bills for us to fight you. Go fucking get his punk ass in the ring. I didn't fucking start that shit with y'all. Nobody.
It's not. I don't think it's really with them. I think it's like the ideology. It's like, you know.
That's what. No, see, that's what they got us thinking. But it really is, because if you're not mad and I'm not mad, then it's not a fucking ideology. It's some fucking assholes in Congress
That are
who
telling
need to
you.
go fucking, that they're too pussy to go handle their own beef, so they expect our fucking soldiers and me to you to handle it. But what happens is you give somebody a joint, and all of a sudden they're like, "This is fucking bullshit." Right? Like, the scales fall off your eyes, kind of like ayahuasca. All of a sudden, your fucking eyes are open to augmented reality that's real. And you're like, oh, shit. You know, what the
I
fuck
agree with
am
what
I
you're saying,
mad at
man.
these
Like,
motherfuckers for?
after being, you know, like fucking Mehdi. Mehdi is an Iraqi, you know, like
Moroccan.
a Moroccan. Dude, he's Middle Eastern. I love that guy,
Yeah,
you
man,
know?
he's good
And
people.
so, like, and he's, you know,
Amin is fucking Persian. That's just like fucking
Yeah.
legion of terror as fucking you can get, right? And he's like one of my best friends. But you think, like, that's what they say. Iran is the fucking legion of terror. They're the
Yeah.
fucking, and like I got a shit ton of Persian friends. Guess what? They're all millionaires. You know why? Because they're fucking entrepreneurs. Because that country kicked all the fucking cool ass entrepreneurs out in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
So why do we have beef with them? All the good people fucking left. Fuck that country.
Well, they left a bunch
You know
of
what I'm saying?
retards over there.
Yeah,
That's
they
what
fucking
happened.
kept all the fucking morons over there, and smart people like my friend's parents are fucking over here. So fuck that. How can they be somebody that's like, if all the good people left, how can fucking, and if you think about it, like with like India, the good people are leaving because they're coming over here to be doctors. In Japan, the good people are leaving because they're coming over here to be engineers. In China, the smart and good people are leaving. That's why the HV1 visa is so important, because we get to take their fucking best people. We started doing that, just side note, after World War II, when we started rescuing Germans who used to kill Jews. And we started saying, hey, but you can come over here to a brand new start. That's kind of like Inglourious Bastards. Remember at the end, they're like, hey, but you can come to America. We'll take care of you. That's what really happened.
that's pretty
And
cool.
so we've been important motherfuckers that we've been, you know, warring with for years. We took in the 70s, we were at war with Iran, right? There was the little Iran-Contra conflict. We fucking took their best people from them.
That's one of the biggest problems that people have with mass immigration and everything, is because, you know, or that's why we have immigration laws in the first place, because, you know, you can't just take everybody from.
We only want the best.
Well,
Right?
we take the
If we
best.
come here, we
But
want the
that's
best.
bad too, though. That's bad for the other countries that they're coming from, because they need the smart people. They need to have
To
them over there.
advance.
Because if you pull everybody out, you pull all the best out of there, then you're just left with these dumb motherfuckers, and that's what they are. They're
Good. And
just dumb
then we just
motherfuckers.
build a wall around America. We get all the smart people corralled here, that we ship
'Cause
our
it-
dumb people to them.
We could ship
We're on
them.
to something here.
With trade
We can
routes.
ship
The
our
trade-
dumb-
trade-
yeah, fucking IQ trade, right? We ship all the dumb people fucking over there, keep the smart people here. Yeah, I bet, you know, I bet traffic will still be fucked up though. Like driving, I'm just gonna say this about people, right? Like driving is the only thing that people do every day that they never get better at. Isn't that fucking amazing?
Never consistent.
You couldn't take all those people out of there, because they'd get a hold of nukes.
Nukes all the
yeah,
dumb people be like,
yeah.
dude, what does this red button do?
What the fuck?
You got the code? Yeah, let's see if it works.
Hey, they left us with this bro. Let's get that rocket.
Oh man, that's how it would go down too.
Yeah.
Middle of the
Oh,
desert,
goddamn right it
just
would,
killing
man.
everybody, and that's what they're doing right now over there, though. Like over there, like there's.
And we only need to kill one person. You kill one person, it's like killing, like,
He's
when
fat.
you go to an ant pile, you don't try to kill every little ant. You kill the queen, the rest of the motherfuckers die. Right?
They don't
like,
have
it's
no
the
direction.
same shit.
You know.
Right? Like, I like Trump, but if Kim Jong-un won and killed Trump, the rest of us go, well, that was his beef, not mine. You know? Like, fucking sorry for you, Trump, but like, fuck, took him out, that's your beef, not mine. You know what I'm saying? As long as but if they try to come into my house, put some new rules and shit on me, then all of a sudden I'm in my business. But at the same time, I'm not the one fucking calling them going, hey, listen, I'm gonna need you to stop launching your nukes over to Japan.
Or I'm going to wipe
it's
you
important
off.
that you stop immediately, right? Like, I'm not the guy that has that problem,
Rocket
right?
Man,
I'm
listen
like, why
to
don't
me.
Japan call him and tell him to fucking stop?
Yeah,
right?
for real. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and-
Why the fuck we gotta be like,
God almighty.
I love you, but if you keep getting into jams over and over again, I'm not gonna fucking, I'm gonna be like, you gotta pay this ticket, Pat. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is your, look, Roxanne, she got in some jams this morning. I'm like, well, you gotta fucking pay for that shit. You're on your fucking own. You shouldn't have fucking done that. I don't know why we can't tell other people that. You know? It's like
China
other
kind of has their
countries.
back, though. I think they're like pretty cool with North Korea, so. it's
Saying
kinda
no
one
is
of
Then
those
I would
things.
just be like, hey man, if you two have beef, you know what I mean? And then like say Travis is your homeboy, I'd be like, Travis, man, just tell fucking Pat to chill out with Ryan. I'll talk to Ryan. Fucking you tell Pat to chill out. It'll be all good, right? How can we turn this into money? Here's one of my favorite things that I ever heard like Rick Ross say. He said, get money is just a conversation. It really is. That's all it takes to get money. It's just to have a conversation. So you can choose to have a conversation about being an asshole and why we should nuke you and take your innocent civilians and you should shoot missiles at us and our allies. Or we can have a conversation about getting money. I'm sure there's a way we can get money with them, right? But the problem is ego, you know, shit. We got a big one here too. And I'm sure that guy's got a big one too because he's the extreme leader, but he can't be a smart person because they're like, he just found the most qualified person in the world and made him his Secretary of State and it's his fucking sister. You know? I can only trust one person. Like, he's fucking, come on.
He's
man.
pretty much fucked.
Yeah, but why are we
Yeah.
worried about that dude anyway? It's like fucking send somebody, like send Dennis Rodman over there with a cyanide pill to shove down his
They
throat.
do.
Let's fucking move
Hey
on.
man, I
What
guarantee
movie is
though,
that where that happens?
it's,
with Seth Rogen, right? Like, let's
the
just
interview
fucking
is
go,
that.
yeah, let's just go do that.
I
shit and move
guarantee
on.
though he watches Dennis Rodman now though because of that movie. I guarantee it. Like he's like I can't trust him now either.
Yeah, probably.
That's got to be how that guy is.
Dude, well, we got 2 hours into this bitch, so I gotta get my ass back to work, man.
That's
so,
fine.
Ryan, man, you do just take like a couple seconds here. You sell stuff e-commerce on Amazon, and it's been a good investment for me. So you own, like you mentioned earlier, you own 3 businesses and you work for me, and I've invested $10,000 with you. And within a couple months, I've almost made my entire investment back, and I'm about to move into profit range here within the next month. So
That's correct.
that's pretty cool. So if I know that you're very exclusive and stuff like that, but tell the people how they can follow you, because I think it would take too long to explain what the fuck it is that you do.
Absolutely.
But tell the people how they could follow you, connect with you on social media, so that they can see what you do, because I think you could help some of our folks.
Definitely. So you can follow me at facebook.com/the wholesale guy, and you can go to my Facebook page at facebook.com/wholesale universe page. If you have any questions, just shoot me a message, and I'll make sure to get you taken care of.
Boom. Well, that's it this week, unless you got something you need to add.
That's it,
I got
man.
one more thing. If you need help making money, let me know too. We can get you hooked up with this guy, either in Entourage, in a Tribe, Phono Closers, and we can get you taken care of there as well. So message me about that, and I'll make sure to get y'all taken care of.
See, that's why he works with us. There you go. So, hey, thanks for watching. Hey, help spread the word about this. Make sure you leave us a review on iTunes. Hit the old 5 stars. Tell a friend. Share it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck. Just help us get the message out. Later.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
I think that was 2 hours.